AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Yeah. Let me spin this camera this way a little bit. Get you in the mix on the ones and twos. You heard the intro. They don't like comentario y subscribe. Fabian perspective expected, so accept it. We in the mix, baby. Our boys joining us soon. On the precipice. Did I use that word right? On the precipice of playoff ash whoopings and so-called superstars getting denied chances to win or denying themselves chances to win. Got a bunch of rumors here. Stephen A. Smith from ESPN, First Take specifically, delivering some sort of news. We have Charles Barkley, other topics at hand aside from the trade rumor, the immediate trade rumor for these losers. Other topics at hand, we have, Barkley and them, how they feel about Philly fans and just the 76ers in general. The Knicks have these guys reeling. These guys are reeling. And of course, we have JJ Redick speaking to the eliteness of Knicks players, specifically one who he doesn't even know who plays better than him. Now, we're in the mix. Before we get started, Game 5. We do have an injury report. I just saw it about a couple of minutes ago. So I don't know if you guys are aware. Jalen Brunson did make the injury report. I have that to you in a second. Jalen Brunson makes the injury report for the New York Knicks. He is probable for Game 5. I scared you a little bit, but I had to do that because it's a show. We will have sponsors soon. Knicks list Jalen Brunson is probable for Game 5. Right knee contusion. Remember when he hurt it looked like he hurt his leg when he was defending the last shot in the third quarter against Kyle Lowry. He came back, hit that shot over Embiid, and we were going back and forth. I was just rewatching that game 4, man. What? That Oubre 3. Then it's my guy, Big Ragu hit the 3. But Hartenstein hands it off to him. Big Ragu gets into rhythm. Boop, top of the key. I said, oh, top of the key, not even your spot. Okay. Saw it in rhythm. Then Embiid comes down, hits a 3 over Hartenstein. We come right back. Brunson gets into the Big Ragu. Pop! Another 3-pointer. Then Embiid comes down and gets that other foul and one on Hartenstein. I think that was Hartenstein's 5th foul. It's going back and forth, and I think eventually DiVincenzo hits a layup, so it was 8 points by the end of the third quarter. That's when he became big time. Got to give Thibodeau his props for, instilling confidence in the Big Ragu himself as we come back to the Garden. Again, going back to the injury report. Knicks list Jalen Brunson probable Game 5 right knee contusion. Back to Mitchell Robinson. Questionable left ankle sprain. Left ankle sprain. Even if you do play, Tibbs, I hope you learned your lesson. We'll get to that in a second. Bojan Bogdanovic is out with a left foot contusion. He hurt his foot bad. And you heard, I think that was Richard Jefferson. As soon as he saw the replay, he was like, oh, nah, that looks bad. So when he was out for the game, and he didn't come back, we were like, damn, that must have really hurt. Anybody who bends their foot like that with a big, who was that landed? Oubre? Or no, that was Batum that landed on him. That was, it looked bad. And the last one here is Jericho Sims, probable right shoulder inflammation. That's the key right there. That's the goon going high noon on Embiid, if you know what I mean. We ain't keeping it clean, my brother. I'll get to that to the second. Jalen Brunson is the new Michael Corleone. I heard some sound effects. That means some people's in the building. That means my people's in the building. Oh, we live.
What's good? OG, what up?
Flea, what up, baby? What's good?
What up?
Fabe, what's good, y'all?
Baby, what up?
Ball, dame dato.
Yeah, I don't know what you just said. Listen, I'm not as smart as Flea. You know, when he know how to do this screen, I don't know how to do none of that.
Isu's screen, man.
Yo, he's such a liar. The other day he goes, careful it. Stop playing. Oh, boy, man, he's uptown for too long. Flea ain't even from the Bronx or uptown. He's lying, bro.
He know that shit. He know that.
I only know when they talking about me. I bet I know that though.
Your ears perk up like
right.
I bet you go in the spot. You order your sandwich. You order it so they know how to make it. You order it so they know how to make it.
All right, guilty. Y'all got me.
fellas.
What up, fellas?
What up?
The injury report. So game 5, we got Brunson. Yeah, I pulled it up. Brunson, he's questionable with a right knee contusion. Bohan out. Jericho Sims is questionable, and also what's our guy questionable? I just said, damn.
I know you said Bogdan.
Mitchell Robinson is questionable.
Okay.
So our two big guys, they're both questionable. But that ain't why we're here. There's big news here. What's my guy right here? The topic I've been waiting for someone to discuss. Big task at hand. You know how we get down, big task. We handle anything out here. No Diddy, if that's a no Diddy. ESPN, Stephen A. Smith, first take. He's been in the news for a lot of stuff, including trying to snitch to the front office on Russell Westbrook.
It's disgusting.
Lord have mercy.
That was disgusting. And for him to even say that, he said it so confidently, so with his chest, like I had to call them.
He said, what? I need an explanation. I said, why do you need explanation?
Who are you?
Who are you? Right.
Yo, OG, if I'm whoever the source I am in the league office, and I see the phone ring and he calls it, I need to talk to me about how y'all made the decision on not to suspend. I would have to look at my phone and the nerve of you.
Lord,
why are you calling?
You know what makes Flea? You know what makes that crazy? Hold on. Oh my goodness. Harmony. What Tresh said?
Man, she's in the building.
What Tresh said? Harmony. Come on, man. You down with OPP? Nah, hold on. Let me chill out. Hold on. Drink too much coffee, boy. I'm sorry.
Whoa.
Peace to my brothers. Keep it going. Carl knows how I get down.
Right. You on your own on that one. Call the family.
They blacked out on me. Oh, these best. That's how they gonna do me? All right, it's all good.
What up, Carla? We love you. Shout out, Carla. Family always.
You know how it is. But let's get back to it.
Let's go.
Yes, it's a rumor. There's a rumor that Booker wants to come to the Knicks, according to Stephen A. Smith Tekler. But we gotta handle this because our guy said so. You heard what he said. Let's get to it. And just in case, Stephen A. Smith, we got you covered over here, bozo. We're playing with you,
super bozo.
I ain't got to screen record you. I got this, man. We got the subtitles.
It probably, I don't know if it'll ever happen. Devin Booker wants to be in New York. That's what I'm being told. Now, he might deny it. I haven't spoken to him. Right. I'm just telling you, the scuttlebutt in the NBA circles is that brother want to be in New York.
He want to be in New York.
Okay. So if you Phoenix, you got at least 2 people, probably 3, who all getting paid about $150 million combined, don't want to be there.
So first of all, just real quick, what does scuttlebutt mean in that sentence? Like
anybody who wants to even use that word, attempt to use that word, has that word in their vocabulary in 2024 must. I don't advocate for anybody going to jail, but you might need to be snitched on for using that word like that, Stephen A. Get out of here with on the airwaves and putting that in our zeitgeist like that, please. Anyway,
I thought we was in 2024, not the 1940s. What? Hey, scuttlebutt. What?
Your man's bootlegging liquor still?
Yeah, come on, man. What are you talking about, man? Go ahead, though. I'm sorry.
No, so listen, we've been talking about this all season long. The fit of a Devin Booker on our team. Immediately after getting smacked, he's rumored to come to the Knicks after we're smacking everybody else around. What's your opinion on Devin Booker comes to the Knicks? You know, the rumor of it, or just your thoughts when you first heard that?
My thoughts when I first heard it, I thought of Woj. Woj, maybe before the playoffs, right when the Knicks was on fire. I remember Woj was on ESPN. I forgot what show it was. I don't know if it was NBA Today or one of them shows. And he was saying that the Knicks is a hot destination. And I remember him saying it's going to take one superstar or all-star to come out and say they want to go to New York. And that's what I thought. I said, here we go. They're using Stephen A to throw it out there, the fishing rod, and see who catches it. People were saying it's a rumor, he's lying. I don't think he's lying. I think this is intentional. To see the reaction from the people. So that's what I first thought. I said, wow. I remember Woj saying this because people were scared to admit they want to play in New York. That's just the honest truth. Why is it like that? I don't know. Because the older days are over. So yeah, I thought of Woj because I remember Woj saying that. And after that, I thought, okay, cool. You know, I was high on Devin Booker up until maybe a month ago. I'm being honest with you. I don't know what happened. And I'm at a point now where it's like, if you can't win with Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal, you gonna come over here and win with Brunson and Randall? No knock to our guys, but we getting the job done. So for me, would I love a Devin Booker? Yeah, but if it means we have to lose any of our core, then no. No. If Deuce, if Hart, DiVincenzo, OG got to be in any of those talks, I don't want Devin Booker. Straight up and down. I love my guys. And I'm very big on, hey man, you was there from the beginning. You fought with us. You struggled with us. Nah, man. Nah. So, you know, all of a sudden we about to be the hot spot again, and everybody want to come to New York, and they see the crowd, they see just the electricity, the energy. But if we got to give up any of our guys, and I'm going to leave it at this, I'll alley-oop it right to Flea. Anybody that comes to New York, understand you the number 2 option. If you ain't understanding that, I don't care who you are. I'm going to say it again. I don't care if it's Joker. I don't care if it's Ant-Man, SGA. I don't care. If you don't understand this thing is going through Brunson, then you can definitely step. And it doesn't have nothing to do with who's better. We have our guy. If you're not coming here to help win the championship, then I don't want you. Them days is over. You're not going to rob us. You're not going to, we're not doing that. So, you know, I just love that, you know, now people starting to understand, hey, man, we them boys. Hold up. We them boys. Hold up. Hey, Flea, everybody want to be in blue and orange now, baby. You have the floor, Flea. Go ahead, man.
Look, this it's all strategic, man. You know, and we're gonna start figuring this thing out too, because we're in this lane now too. But I think it's all strategic. If Phoenix doesn't get swept and we're not up 3-1, Stephen A. Smith doesn't report that Devin Booker wants to come to New York. He just doesn't report it. I don't care. Like, he doesn't report that news if circumstances are different. So it's always something to keep people talking. And guess what? We're gonna talk about it. I'm a proponent, man. We've got to always upgrade your roster. I love the team we have. I love how hard we play. I love what Jalen Brunson is doing for us right now. But I ain't gonna get drunk off the Kool-Aid. You always have to upgrade your roster. We can't go into next year thinking that what we have right now is going to be good enough for us to win 50 games again and be a 2 seed again. We'd be lying to ourselves if we thought that. So I'm always looking to upgrade the roster, but I'm not, like you said, the days of us getting robbed are over. The days of us taking on contracts and bad money, you know, contracts that turn into bad money after a year or two, those days are over. We have competent guys in our front office. We got a competent coach, and we got a guy that I don't think we need to take the ball out of his hands. So the guys that we do need to add are not guys that are like high volume shooters, guys that need the ball, guys that, you know, if I need to get 25, I need 20 shots to get it. I don't want a guy like that, right? If I threw it in the chat, only one person responded to me, and that was fine. But I would not rather Devin Booker. I would much rather Kevin Durant. If we're looking at anybody to upgrade the roster, I would much rather package Julius Randle, Bohan. If they want Deuce, you can have Deuce too and a pick for Kevin Durant. I'm fine with that because Kevin is way more efficient. He's not going to ask for too much in terms of putting the ball in the basket. And I think he's at a point in his career now where it's like, hey, I need to fit. I need to be on the team that fits.
Wow.
He left Golden State and all of that fit. I don't care if you didn't like the way somebody was talking to you, if you didn't like what was happening in the media. At the end of the day, block out all that noise. That Golden State team, it fit. I don't care if we thought it was a cheat code. When you watch them play basketball, it was beautiful to watch that team play. I don't, right or wrong, OG.
That's true.
Watch them play basketball 2017, 2018, 2019. Whether they were stomping people or not, that was beautiful basketball to watch Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Andre Iguodala. That was beautiful, man. I don't care. So we have a team that fits, right? He is a guy that I've always told you guys, you could put Kevin Durant in Detroit and he will fit. He's just that type of guy. Doesn't have to take too many shots to be effective, super efficient. So I'm not starting this. I want Kevin Durant. I'm saying if we're talking about if Phoenix is going to break this down, do we want anything from over there? Yes, I would rather KD than Devin Booker. So
let me just real quick, Fabian. Please, the only one that can get me to like that. I'm sitting here, right? And I want to give a big shout out to SNS. He said this a while ago on live. He said, yo, I'm telling y'all right now, KD is coming to New York. As Ben said that, right? And then
coming back to New York.
Right, excuse me, coming back to New York, but to the Knicks, not to Brooklyn. Then I forgot the platform. I'll figure it out later. But he was saying that Phoenix, for Kevin Durant, they're going to want a lot of draft picks. Who has a lot of draft picks? Us. And to Flea's point, guys like KD is only signing 2-year contracts anyway. Wow, Flea, I'm going to be honest. I didn't want to think about that because KD got me very upset right now, but you always bring us back to sea level. I'm doing that.
Why not?
I'm doing that. Lord have mercy, I'm doing
that. Phoenix is going to break it down. They need a guard, right? They need a guard going forward. I'm not saying Deuce is a starting guard, but you add him there. I think the fit of Julius Randle with Book is a better fit right now than the Kevin Durant fit with Book. It's something to think about. I'm not saying that that's what we need to do.
Wow.
I'm just saying the Knicks are in no position to be turning their nose up to anybody that calls this summer and says, hey, is anybody available? We are not in that position. We are having an amazing season. We are having an amazing playoff run. I think, everybody is elevated, but it's still the NBA. Everybody continues to get better each year. We can't get stagnant and get, start drinking the Kool-Aid, that blue and orange Kool-Aid that we tend to get drunk off of because shit looks good right now. Let's finish this run, get into the summer, and see where we can upgrade. And I think the 2-guard position or the power forward position is somewhere we can upgrade.
Shout out to everybody in the building. Over 400 people in the building.
Jesus. Big shout out.
260 plus on Dime Droppers Twitter. Appreciate y'all. Over 150 on YouTube, AllBall TV. I think Cat was always someone that AllBall brought up, and I always despised it. I think he's soft. I never thought of Kevin Durant as soft, but I always thought of him as weak-minded. And the Devin, just to, I guess, address the Devin Booker thing first, he does fit as an upgrade as far as like a DiVincenzo. He's an automatic upgrade. He is what DiVincenzo on his best day, he's that way more often. So that's amazing. Spot up shooter, he could do all that. He could set up his own shot. He can run the offense without Jalen Brunson on the floor. And we need, at the end of the day, we do need that other guy that has to take up the load, no diddy, on the offensive end, because Brunson handles the ball way too much, especially with just throughout the game. But when you compare him to Kevin Durant, and you guys know I've been critical, I've never actually liked Devin Booker until last year in the playoffs, when I'm like, yo, that was some Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant mid-range. Like that was godly. I gotta salute him. But after that, ever since then, AllBall and Flea have come to remind me, you sure that's your man? And I'm like, it never was my man, but I was just trying to salute him. And ever since then,
that was your man for a minute, but I'm gonna let you finish. But that was your man.
It was 2 days. But Kevin Durant's been the man for over a decade, bro. Let's get this clear. As much criticism as I had of him, anyone saying he goes to Golden State, he was the man in the Western Conference. It was just that he doesn't have that the leadership or whatever it is, the confrontational ability to deal with a Russell Westbrook and Draymond Green and tell him, and Kyrie Irving, and tell him, yo, nah, man, I'm the man. And everyone doesn't have that, but that doesn't take away from the fact that the guy that was originally rivaling LeBron James is Kevin Durant throughout this first half of the decade, period. And in my opinion, throughout the decade, he really had the ball in his hand. So he's 35, 36, 2 years left on the contract. All those 3-pointers that we see for McBride, Randall, all these guys for him, instead of Cat. To me, you compare Cat to Kevin Durant as a shooter. Who's better? I don't think that's even close. As good as Cat is, we talking about Kevin Durant, bro. That opens up our offense on a different level. He can carry the offense and defense a lot of times. Nobody's talking about that. Defensively, Booker ain't on his level on defense. There's been times throughout the season where he had to go battle the Sacramento Kings, and he's the 5. So now you got him playing the stretch 4 alongside a Hartenstein or a Chua right now, or OG, him with OG and Anunoby right now. Flea, I didn't know you were saying that in the chat. I was asking you for who. But now that you say that, man, listen.
Flea,
you know I'm critical.
I ain't gonna even lie.
Man, please, in a heartbeat, bring Kevin Durant over here. You're gonna apologize to us. You already pretty much did with your man Rich Kleiman. You got business in New York. Put that orange and blue on and make it right, Papa. That's all I'm saying.
Listen. We talking about a guy that what you just alluded to, Fabian. Those 3 seasons in Golden State, yeah, he was a capable defender in OKC. But in Golden State, when he was put in that 4-5 position, we saw Kevin Durant rim protect. Yes. We saw Kevin Durant sit in the chair and get stops. We saw Kevin Durant, being the quarterback with Draymond, pointing the fingers. Yo, you here, you there, right? Like, we saw that part of his game flourish as a Golden State Warrior playing defense. Even when he got back rolling in Brooklyn, we could see remnants of him being able to be a great defender. Him and Giannis was going at it in that series, where he stepped on the line, hit that 3-pointer. You know what I'm saying? So he's capable. He's very capable. He's getting older, so obviously the defensive intensity kind of takes a step back as you get older. But don't get it wrong for 1 minute. This is a guy that loves basketball. He loves to hoop. He don't. If the media didn't exist, think about this, y'all. If the media didn't exist, I think Kevin Durant would be just fine playing in the NBA. Like just playing. Some guys, they need that media. Some guys, thrive off of people talking and all that kind of stuff. Kevin Durant just wants to hoop, and I would be okay with adding him to our team, especially with a guy loving basketball. Right? Everybody that we have on our team right now, I think we cannot take away. All of them love the hoop. Brunson, Hart, DiVincenzo, OG, Hartenstein, like Deuce McBride. All of these guys just love hooping, right? So, I think it would be a decent fit. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves because the more realistic thing is Mikal Bridges, right? And that's still perfect for me too. I'm cool with that. But, if we could shoot for KDA, shoot for it.
Hold on, Flea.
Is it more realistic?
Right, hold on. Right. I'm gonna be honest, Flea. KD is more realistic, bro. Like,
tell me more.
There's been some rumblings, there's been some talking behind the scenes. And like I said, I'm gonna allude to what Ward said a while ago. Nobody wants to come out and flat out say, I want to go to New York. For whatever reason.
It's weak. It's weak.
Right,
I don't like it.
But let me tell you if KD comes to the Knicks, of course, I would like KD more than Devin Booker. I give you that. I'm not going to argue that. Reason why I like Mikal Bridges more than all of them, he's younger, long term, and I just think it just fits perfect. But with Kevin Durant, what New York can do for Kevin Durant, we would erase all the negative about Kevin Durant when he comes and wins a title here. If Kevin Durant wins a title in New York City, we will forget about the sweeps. We will forget about the so-called quote-unquote weak move he did in Golden State. He will be known for the guy that came to New York and won a championship. And if you don't think that ain't in the back of his mind, because he's a smart brother.
OG, that erases everything.
Right. But
we come up short. Let's think, Fabian, hold on before you go. Hold on, Fabian, for real.
I'm not
think
going
about
crazy.
This. Think
I'm
about
agreeing with
this,
you for
y'all.
a different reason.
My brothers, think about this just for a second. First year, we come up short against Miami. No Julius Randle. Jalen Brunson is phenomenal in the second round, leads us. We come back, we have 2 All-Stars on our team. Jalen Brunson leads us, and we are taking care of business in the first round, short-handed. Let's say we get to the Eastern Conference Finals, come up short against a better team, the Boston Celtics. Okay. We come back next year, bring Kevin Durant into the fold. Now make a real run. And he's the missing piece for us to win a championship. He wins a championship as a New York Knick next to Brunson. Let me tell you something. Waiting to exhale. Yeah.
Listen.
But I don't think it erases all that. I just think, again,
maybe erase the wrong word.
No, right, because I agree with you guys, but it's not that he just wins and it goes away. No, because you're gonna have people that argue against him still, but he now probably realizes that was a mistake to not join the Knicks, number one, because he was with his man and they got gassed up. Now he's sitting there with Kleiman and he's going, hold on, this fan base is so nuts. They will be an army for me online, everywhere.
I was just gonna say that we will protect him. Go ahead. I was just thinking that. Go ahead.
To fight against everything that anybody, I don't care what he did before. He came to New York and he won. And remember, the second thing was, what did they call them? The Cardigan Crew, when it was they were in the Hamptons, the Hampton Four, whatever it was. It was Draymond and Steph Curry.
I remember the Hampton, yeah.
So it's really like a college fit. Like Kevin Durant in college, it was him and maybe TJ Ford, Fleet, AllBall, maybe TJ Ford in Texas. I forgot who it was. But
Kevin Durant at Texas?
In Texas, yeah.
I feel like that was like Damian James, Kevin Durant, and there was a few guys over there. I can check that, but keep going.
But he never got the college feel and that until Golden State, that team and that picture and that moment till it all broke, it fell through.
Watch this.
This is the same thing back one with the Knicks, because you got the Villanova crew led by Brunson, and it's happening all over again.
I got a comparison.
What we got, OJ?
Kevin Durant going to New York is almost like Robert Downey Jr. joining Marvel and being Iron Man. Let me explain.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you doing so. I'm not saying Kevin Durant is doing bad in life, but right now,
DJ Augustine, not TJ Ford.
All right, DJ
Augustine. That's
nice, nice.
Yeah,
how can I forget? Is he from New Orleans?
Who? DJ?
Yeah, my man's guy.
Yeah, he's from New Orleans. He's from New Orleans. No. Yo, go ahead, OG.
Yeah. So let's not forget Robert Downey Jr. Before he got Iron Man, life was kind of in the spiral, right? He gets Iron Man. We don't even think about nothing else when it comes to Robert Downey Jr. We forget all the troubles and the problems.
All we ever saw him was in the courtroom for a stint. Every time we saw him, he was in the courtroom. Yeah.
That's what the Knicks will do for Kevin Durant. I keep saying it, I'm going to say it again. When the Knicks win a championship, this will be the biggest and most important championship in all of sports history. This will trump the Cowboys. This will trump all the Patriots rings. This will trump as many rings in history Lakers and Celtics have. This will trump all of that. All of that.
That's a fact.
And if Kevin Durant is part of that, I guarantee you, when people talk about KD, they're not going to say no more. Well, he went to Golden State, which you know what they're gonna lead off with? Kevin Durant went to the Knicks and won a championship. He
So,
will
hold on,
become Iron Man. I'm telling you, bro.
So, but you're saying we lose this year then for that to happen?
No, you kind of went in and out. I just walked us through the first 2 years of Brunson. We get to the playoffs last year. We flame out in the playoffs against Miami because we're shorthanded. We make a nice run this year, 50 wins, second seed, get to the second round of the playoffs, get to the Eastern Conference Finals, come up short. We bring Kevin Durant in, icing on the cake, championship. We in the parade.
So that'll be, because then the opposite of that would be he's already been down this road before if we do win the championship, because Golden State has already won and he joined them. I think he's the perfect guy to go, you know what? You guys made fun of me. I already went through the trenches. I already went through the mud because I joined a team that was a championship team. I know exactly what you guys are going to say about me. So I'm going to walk right over there and do the same thing all over again. I ain't scared. I think every other superstar from that era is terrified to make a move like that now. He'd be perfect to do that, because if we win, why would Devin Booker want to come here and not act like he won't face the same slander? They don't want to deal with that Kevin Durant slander, but Kevin Durant would, in my opinion.
Well, I think no matter what we do this year, our organization, our players, our fan base, we've proved we the real deal. And right now, when Golden State was hot, when, the teams that was winning, the Lakers, when they won in the bubble, remember, everybody was going there. We just so happen right now, we on fire. And you cannot look at what we just did in Game 4 with the fan base taking over.
A city, another city.
Right. A player looking at that and going, that's what I want. That's what I want. And once again, if you know basketball history, which I know Kevin Durant does, I'm not saying Devin Booker don't, but Kevin Durant knows, because he's linked with a lot of people from New York. Bruh, if you win a championship in that blue and orange, we will put you in the top 10 greatest ball players of all time. Some of us may call you the GOAT. So I think this will be Kevin Durant being Iron Man. That's just my opinion. And he needs this move more than we need it. Because right now, his legacy, I'm not saying it's being tarnished, but come on, bro, it's not looking good right now. It's just not. Not a player of that caliber. It's not looking that good. So I think he needs a move to revamp everything and to put his name, because what happened, getting swept by the Minnesota Timberwolves, I've never met a generation that's okay with people getting swept. I've seen every excuse in the book. No, he needs to revamp his whole situation. His sneakers is not all that no more. They don't look that, like, everything about KD right now is just no good. That's just the truth. You come back to New York, bruh, your sneaker sales go up, your jersey sales go up, you get a new designer, your sneakers look better. Bruh, everything will just become better. So I think KD really needs that move. I'm glad Fleek said that, because I didn't want to think about that. I was ducking that.
Yeah, I know you was. If I know you was, because you was killing him. You killed him. You massacred him yesterday.
But he's a great basketball player, and he will fit perfect, and that will automatically make us the best team in the NBA. Not only the East, in the NBA. Yeah, I'm saying it.
But you know why? Can I elaborate on that real quick, Fabian? I'm gonna let you go. I'm not mad at that. You know why? Because I say this all the time about our Knicks. We are the hardest playing team in the NBA. And I think playing hard is such an intangible thing. You can't touch the shit. You could just see it, right? Every team don't do that. They don't. So when you add a guy like Kevin Durant alongside a Jalen Brunson who has ascended into superstar level right in front of our eyes, and then just all these other pieces that don't care about, scoring the ball. They just want to win. Josh Hart was 0 for 7 the other night. Couldn't hit a basket. Couldn't hit a shot. Led both teams in rebounding. 17 rebounds the other night, yesterday. Could not hit a shot, OG. And this is a guy that's been in rhythm the last 2 months. Shit, the whole season he's had a rhythm. He could not hit a shot. What did he do? He cleaned the glass. So I fully agree with you, man. If we add something like that, that catapults us to like 1, 2, 3 in the NBA, man. Definitely.
And it's part of the Leon Rose plan. And the reason why I say that is because remember, this is originally supposed to be done with LeBron, Leon Rose, and the New York Knicks. That's how Leon Rose and James Dolan and the Knicks formed the relationship. So this is, I think it's part of their plan. They wanted to clean cap space up. They wanted to make all these draft picks, acquire all these draft picks. They didn't want to get rid of all these players with Donovan Mitchell and give up these draft picks for a Kevin Durant, to have a situation like this and have an icing on the cake or bring us to the next level. So that's amazing. By the way, over 600 people in the building, over 250 from YouTube, AllBall TV, over 300 on Dime Dropper Twitter.
Over 600 people in the building. That's what I'm talking about.
Crazy. Y'all love us. We love y'all even more.
Love y'all right back.
But the reason why y'all love us, like Snoop Dogg said, y'all love us, is the same reason why, Barkley and Shaq and these guys are sitting here totally befuddled. Talk about a word you need to learn. Forget scuttlebutt, Stephen A. Smith. These guys are befuddled because the New York Knicks went over there and totally destroyed and ramrodded all their plans on whatever parlays they had going on. And we ain't playing no games with y'all, man. This is what Shaq said and Barkley said, which I'm still disappointed in. This is their reaction to Game 4 and how the fans were over there going crazy. And Shaq thinks he watches basketball all of a sudden. You still ain't fooling us, bro.
About X and O's, but to us, we know it's about heart and determination. And the Knicks were determined to win this game. They played well. Kenny and them thought he took too much shots, but when you're the go-to guy, you just say, "Hey guys, follow me." OG Anunoby played good. Then they just played good. They played tough, especially down the stretch.
I have no idea what my Sixers was doing.
Yeah, they had trouble
in the last 5 minutes of that game. Whatever offense we were running, let's don't take that back up the turnpike. Come up with a plan B. That was brutal.
Regular people.
Whatever. You heard him, AllBall. So Barkley all of a sudden is confused. He has no idea what's going on with the Knicks and the 76ers. This is what happens according to Shaq, this is what happens when you play hard. And he finally realized it in Game 4, the 86th game of the season for the New York Knicks. Shaq realizes that the New York Knicks play hard, and it doesn't take X's and O's to deliver a win. What was your reaction to when you saw the TNT crew inside the NBA crew saying such things?
Well, first thing I thought about was, once again, scared to admit they was wrong, scared to admit the truth that y'all don't watch the Knicks, and everything y'all said about us is totally wrong. You see, none of them could break down nothing because they still not watching the games. It's just that simple. What I don't understand is, from a Philadelphia standpoint, this is what Embiid does. He flames out. He can't finish series, and miss me with him being injured. He's never in shape. Never. Big shout to Gilbert Arenas. He said this a while ago. He said Embiid is in good enough shape to get you to the second round. This is what a guy that played at that level said. When you look at Embiid, when you watch him for years, he's just good to get you right there to the second round. Last year, what happened? Everybody went crazy on James Harden. And what I was saying, fellas, James Harden got them 2 games. He's not the MVP. He's not the best player on the team. What did Joel Embiid do? The same thing he did in Game 4 the other day. Flame out. The New York Knicks is the real deal. And if you watch the game, Barkley, Shaq, y'all will understand. We the better team. They may have the better player, but we're the better team. We're the better coach team. And we're the hardest working team from every standpoint. So for me, it's just sad that now when you watch Barkley and Shaq and them, I'm looking at them now, because before I used to look at them for pure entertainment, because it's still, for me, the best show on earth. But now I'm looking at them with a side eye going, are y'all watching any of the games? Because now I'm saying, what are you getting all that money for? Because you're not even breaking down film. When Kenny runs to the board, it ain't how it used to be. So listen, man, them guys, and and everybody in media, when it comes to the Knicks, nobody's going to admit they was dead wrong and give us our props. Simple and plain. That's what I look at now when I see those guys up there.
Flea, get in the mix, man. What you think? I don't know if we got to hear the whole thing.
No. Could you give me the question again? I don't even need to hear nothing. I just need to hear you what your question was, and we could roll. I don't need to hear a damn thing. I watched them more than enough.
Well, it's just a response to Shaq claiming we don't do we didn't need the X's and O's. It was all about heart and determination, and the Knicks showed that in Game 4. And Barkley saying he doesn't want to see that going up to the turnpike to New York City, and it still was like a hesitation on them admitting, bro, the Knicks have been all heart and determination the entire season. It's like they didn't know until last night or the night before. I guess what's your reaction to that? Like them to what AllBall said. Like I don't want to sway you. What is your reaction to this Barkley and them and about the Knicks still?
Bro, I listen. I've come to understand that if you want real unbiased basketball analysis, there's certain guys that you watch and there's just certain guys you don't. Right? I think we've got there. We figured out, like, if we took a poll, all three of us, and took a poll on who we like and who we don't like in terms of what we listen to with the basketball media, I'm sure it would be different. Whoever's your favorite OG is probably different than me and probably different than Fabian. We got that, right? But that's just favorite in terms of what you want to listen to. In terms of who's going to inform you the best, those guys are not going to do that. That's not a knock on the show. Like you just said, I fully agree with you. That is one of the greatest shows on TV. Not sports show. I'm just talking about show. Like anybody could turn that on and enjoy that. If you are a casual fan, how we are, Rabbit fans, or if you don't know a damn, I could turn this on with my mama and she'll be able to be entertained.
Right.
But my point is that we've got to a place now where we know where to go to get a real breakdown, and we know where to go when we want to laugh and have some fun. And then there are some guys that have a good balance. And I think nobody has figured out the real balance on how to talk about our Knicks. They haven't figured it out. They haven't figured out how to be entertaining and how to be insightful at the same time when they talk about us. Like, Kenny could do that, but I think he chooses not. I think it's a choice too. These guys choose not to. Stephen A. Smith, they start first take today with him hooping and hollering and all that theatrics and all that hyperbole. Like, we trying to get our deal. Knicks Rehab, I love y'all, but shut the fuck up. Shut up. Stop that shit. Stop that. That is not authentic. It's not real. And it's not putting anybody behind you. We don't get enthused by that. We look at that shit and we look like you goofy. Where's the red nose and the makeup? Because you clowning up there. Stop
Facts.
it. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that nobody has figured out how to properly talk about us. And the last thing, the name. We don't have that name that everybody want to talk. Whoever name it is. But it's hard for people to understand, as was me. I'll be honest. To the people that's watching, my brothers have been telling me Jalen Brunson is a superstar from game number 10. After 10 games this season, Fabian and OG have been saying, Flea, this guy's a superstar. I'm like, yo, y'all relax. No, this guy's a superstar, Flea. My brothers, I apologize. I was wrong. This dude is a superstar. But everybody don't like talking about him, right? They don't want to call his name too much. So, I think that's what it is. They don't want to jump out on that ledge and be the only one, like a Kendrick Perkins, right? Kendrick is on that ledge, and that branch is shaking because he a big motherfucker. You know what I mean? That branch, but he's out there standing out there by himself, standing on it, right? So that's how I feel about them. They don't, you get a lot of entertainment from them. If you want a good basketball breakdown, you maybe take a listen to Kenny, take a listen to Ernie. I won't lie, Barkley sometimes gets in his bag, and I like that. When he gets in his bag and actually talks it, I'd be like, damn, you smart, Barkley. You just,
right.
You want to be. So, Knicks to the conference finals, man. That's what I got.
I'm there. I've been there. I think they just, how do you watch that game? Again, that's why I defer to Flea for a lot of like POV of being on the court. And I gotta ask you, am I bugging for saying this? unless, we'll go back and forth. And I know I'm adamant about something and we go crazy, but I still have to ask. Shout out to Zach from the Z Show, because he was the first person to really say that. Like, you know why I like y'all? Because you ask questions at the end of the day. And it makes sense, because if I just too arrogant and go Skip Bayless and Colin Cowherd on you, it turns you off. But again, I don't, because being real and being all that, like, I don't want to, no, I'm trying to be myself. I'm trying to be as honest as possible to myself. And I like, to be honest, I think the biggest thing about the Inside the NBA crew that's so dope is that they actually look like they like each other. So that's what works about it. And on this show, it's the same thing. Yo, what you don't understand, I gotta say this out loud. When AllBall or when Flea call me up and they go and just not even hello, yo, what you think about? And we talk about basketball. I don't care what time of the day it is. It means the world to me, because I got another nutcase, some part of the some side of the other world, some place on the other side of the world that wants to talk basketball with me the same way I do. And they respect what I gotta say. I feel like they do. So that means the world to me. But when I hear Barkley and them, it's like, I don't know if I want to talk basketball with you, because you're gonna pull this card about how you play ball, and I'm bugging. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there like, how do you not know that OG Anunoby and Precious Achiuwa just changed the entire series, and they may have the entire playoffs, everybody in the playoffs shitting in their pants right now? You didn't just see your man get shut down? Joel Embiid, the guy you were bigging up, you didn't see that? Heart and determination is not X's and O's. That's X's and O's. They put a guy on there and X'd your man out. Like, we could talk about how he denied him the ball and then Embiid's out of position. It took him 16 seconds to get the ball, and when he had the ball and Anunoby's in front of you on the perimeter, it's over for you, which is what we've been talking about before the playoffs. Shaq, that's disappointing. And it lends me to believe, no disrespect, what I've always believed about Shaq. You won the DNA lottery. You really ain't Kobe mentally. This is why he was mad at you. You didn't want to sit down and do this kind of work. You didn't. And Barkley, similarly. Remember, Jordan talked about him like that. He's lazy. These are the words they used about both of these guys. And Kenny Smith has always been the one to be talked about in a light. That's why it was disappointing for him to deny Brunson like this. You a point guard from New York City and don't understand what's going on right now? That's what's disappointing about the TNT crew, bro. Like, you're supposed to know basketball and be fun, and really, they're the blueprints of all of this. All of this. So I don't want to harp on them, but truth is truth, bro.
Nah, that was a great point. I think I said it a couple lives ago. I said, now guys is getting lazy with their work. They not watching the games. They not doing the due diligence. They not doing the homework. They just coming up there. They know the plays. They know who they want to talk about. They going off of, from last year, 2 years ago. They going off guys' careers. They not even understanding how good OKC is, or Minnesota is, or the Knicks is, or Orlando Magic is. They still picking Kevin Durant. They not understanding nothing else. Nothing else. They would still pick Cleveland because of the record, because of Donovan Mitchell. Like, so, yeah, man, guys are getting lazy, and they just getting up there because of who they are. They cachet. They name holds weight. So they know we're going to listen. But what, like you said, once they open up their mouth, pause, it's like, what? What are you talking about?
And
yeah.
And that's the problem right there. And we kind of going left a little bit, and that's fine. That's what Knicks Rehab is about. Rehab, right?
Exactly.
We getting through it, right? Listen, it doesn't make it better that the guys that are so well respected in these basketball, communities and all of that don't watch the games. So now they don't watch the games. They getting paid millions of dollars to be on TV and give their opinions based on a lot of time emotion and feeling. Haven't watched it. What makes you think other people are going to want to watch and then be able to speak from an educated perspective of knowing what's going on? What do I always say? Everybody want to be a part of the conversation, but nobody really want to do the real work and watch the games and be invested to be able to speak from a knowledgeable standpoint. You got to be able to speak from a knowledgeable standpoint. Again, this is fun, y'all. This is fun, but sometimes it's embarrassing. I get secondhand embarrassment because I love the game so much when I watch dudes say things that are just not true. It's one thing, opinion. That's cool. We could go back and forth on your opinion. But when there's stuff that is factually based and you tell me something that is not fact, it's just, okay, you didn't watch. Okay, you're not invested. You just want to be a part of the conversation. Those people, please exit left. stop, because it's frustrating at this point, because now I'm arguing at you and you didn't even look outside to see if it's raining or sunny. You just told me it's sunny outside. Nigga, you don't even know. Open your front door. Let me know what the weather is. You know what I'm saying? So it's like relax, y'all. Calm down.
Well, before we move on, man, shout out to damn near 700 people in the building.
Building.
Wow.
Dime Dropper with platform over 370. The YouTube channel over 275 people in the building. You came to watch us. We came to listen to y'all. We came to, be part of the AllBall family. Let's get this thing going, man. Super chats. We're gonna get the cash up, all that stuff up. And somebody said in the comments before, we ain't trying to sell nothing. Listen, it's like PBS, man. We need to keep the show running. So some way, somehow, once we get the Patreon up, we'll get that going. We need to see Flea's worldwide Flea being worldwide Flea. Wow. We need AllBall in the building, getting rid of all you suckers out here. And Fabian, I ain't going nowhere. So I'm trying to keep this thing going. I appreciate all you guys, all the love in the world. Before we move on to the next topic, I don't know. I hope I didn't cut you guys off. If we didn't.
Nah,
not at all.
Nah. You the best host, moderator in the game.
That's a fact.
You the best. Don't ever get that twisted.
And
Flea is somehow quite
almost 700 people in the building. Hit that like button.
Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe.
Right.
Listen.
Subscribe. Do everything you're supposed to do.
Knicks Rehab is daily, y'all. It's daily. I don't schedule my sessions with my therapist. I just shoot her a text and say, "You ready?" She be like, I'm ready. All right, we ready. That's just how we roll. We just jump out there. Come on, y'all.
So we talked about the inside NBA crew and other guys that even we could go on Gilbert Arenas. You got guys on there that's like, you really played basketball? It's just amazing that you played and then you were there actually living it and came up with that. And here's a guy who we've all had an opinion about and just felt like very arrogant sometimes. The arrogance is there, but no doubt about it, JJ Redick watches the damn game. Tim Legler's in the building with him, and they both watch the damn game. And I ain't just playing this because it's complimentary towards our guy here, Isaiah Hartenstein. We know JJ Redick backs up his stuff with stats, and he's trying to come in there like a lawyer with most of his takes. But here's his take on Isaiah Hartenstein and his greatness.
After January 1st, when the Knicks turned their season around, and incredible January with OG healthy and in the lineup post-trade. But after January 1st, for the rest of the season, like Isaiah Hartenstein was one of the best players in the NBA. Yeah. Now was he a superstar? Is he in the MVP conversation? Is he in the All-NBA? No, he's not. He's not. He was one of the best players in the NBA. And there's certainly, defensive EPM, defensive win shares post-January. Like there's certainly advanced stats that would back up my argument. I don't want to get into I'm not worried. I'm not even saying that.
Yeah.
Watch the game.
Right. There you go.
And tell me that guy is not one of the best players in the NBA right now.
Oh, can you remember watching a game that Isaiah Hartenstein played in over the last 2 months of the season where you thought he played poorly? They don't exist. They just don't exist. He just doesn't. Because even on nights maybe he doesn't get as many opportunities to score, because that's when it's really standing out, especially now, because these games are, there's so much scrutiny on these games. And so now, like, they've sucked everybody in. Even the casual fans are watching all of these games, and that's a very compelling series. You're like, wow, he's putting these numbers up. But even the nights he doesn't do that, if you're watching him all season, the impact that he is having on them winning is, I hear you, man. It's as good. It's as good as any role player in the NBA.
There you have it. JJ Redick and Tim Legler giving the props to Isaiah Hartenstein. We've been watching him for almost 2 seasons now, 2 full seasons. That's why I was disappointed to hear Stephen A. Smith not even know who he was, the fraudulent Knicks fan that he is. What's your response to, damn, Isaiah Hartenstein is elite, and not saying he's all NBA, but where they have him ranked?
Well, I understand what they were saying because they played at that level. So, they know about certain numbers and analytics, but they also know what he does on the court and what he brings to the table. So when they say, he's one of the best players, they're based that on his position and what he does for our team. He's the anchor in the defense. He's hustling. He's getting the rebounds. He's guarding the big men. And he does something that nobody talks about. He doesn't get in the way. He doesn't get in the way. He's out there to do whatever he needs to. He's out there doing whatever we need to be done. And when he gets the floater going, listen, man, that guy, he got the big block against Maxey in the playoffs. Listen, man.
That sealed that game. That sealed that game.
Yes, so people need to relax. When they saying what they're saying, they're looking at it from, I played at that level. And a guy like that, for you to win a championship, you need a guy like that. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You need a guy like that. So I understand what they're saying with Hartenstein. His numbers is not going to say he's a great player. But what he does on the court, you're not winning without him. And we're not going to be successful thus far without him doing what he was doing. So I totally agree with them because they watch the game and they know the game and they understand. I'm going to say it again. Guys like that is the anchor of a team. Man, listen, I love what they said.
Hartenstein just got paid off of this year. He just solidified when it's time to pay Isaiah Hartenstein, he will get paid, right? Maybe it'll be us, maybe it will be somebody else, but he is going to get a lucrative contract because he has proven to be a starting level NBA center in this league today. He's proven that. So he started 49 games for us this season. 49. That's almost 50 games. That's over half of the season. He was our starting center. 8 points, 8 rebounds a game, almost 65% from the field. That's excellent. Excellent screen setter. Excellent guy on the offensive and defensive glass, right? He's not a Mitchell. He's not Mitchell, but he's a hell of a rebounder, right? Gives effort on the defensive end. And what do I always say, y'all? When you got low maintenance guys on your team, that makes it so much easier for the other guys on the team that can go get it, that don't have to worry about, damn, this dude got an ego. I got to feed him the basketball. If I don't feed him the rock, he's not going to do the things he needs to do on the defensive end. Isaiah Hartenstein don't give a damn if he touched the ball on the offensive end. But guess what? He's going to clean the glass. He's going to give effort. Joel is an all-time great center. Embiid is all-time great. When it's all said and done, we are not going to be able to talk about the NBA without talking about Joel. And when we talk about centers, we can't leave out Joel Embiid. So my point is, if Joel goes out there and gets 50 on Isaiah Hartenstein, so what? Joel is a great all-time center. Hartenstein has done everything he can to be effective and do. Let me ask y'all a question. You think if Hartenstein wasn't playing at the level he was playing and didn't do the things he did this year, you think Tibbs would think twice about sitting his ass down?
No.
They would sit his ass right down.
Yeah,
right
with
down.
the third
Come
quarter.
Sit next to me. You're not going to play because you're not ready.
Yeah, I put up Mitchell Robinson.
Right. That's what, I'm sorry, baby. I'm going to just finish it right here. He's just ready every night. I love that about the dude. Some guys, you have to get them ready. It takes a quarter to say, okay, wake up. First 5 minutes, hey, wake up. No, Hartenstein comes out every night and he's ready to go no matter what. I love that about that kid.
Just real quick, Fabian. Real basketball savants, experts, specialists,
connoisseurs
understand he's just as important as Brunson and OG at this point. And remember, we're not talking offensively, but we are not successful without Hartenstein in that lineup doing what he's doing. And I'm leaving on this note. Think about what Hartenstein is doing. That skill set is a guy that's usually between 6'4" and 6'8". He's a 7-footer doing that. So, listen, JJ Redick and them hit it on the nose. You have to watch the game and understand the game to know how important Hartenstein is to an organization. But, of course, our Knicks at this point. I'm sorry, Fabian. I just want to say that.
Nah, I think they made fun of Stephen A. Smith for saying Hartenstein, but we're from New York. We say New Orleans. Like, we're different, bro. So, Hartenstein, it's going to come off the way we ever comes off. We appreciate him, and he knows that.
And he's a brother.
Don't ever forget that.
He's the brother.
That's right.
And shout out to Don Dropper. When he got here, he played for the Clippers. I think he was drafted by the Rockets. Then he got traded to the Clippers. And when he was on his way here, Don was like, "Yo, you're gonna really like that guy." I'm like, "You sure?" He's like, "Bro, he's amazing." And first thing I noticed was his passing. And then when he got here, started hustling more. He just got better and better. Like anything about any player that I usually don't get too critical for, but I do get overly critical in terms of expectations. But the one thing I always acknowledge for anyone that gets better and better is that. And Hartenstein always got better every game. It felt like same thing for Brunson and just same thing for any player that does that. Like I'm a big Allen Iverson fan. I don't think he got better. But if you watch Kobe Bryant during the same amount of time, it's like every year this guy came back with a new move. What the hell? He got better. And with Hartenstein, no, he's not on their level to JJ Redick's point. He's not going to be all NBA. He's not going to be an MVP candidate. But guys like that, that's what you want from all your players. So when they exhibit that, you have to reward them with playing time. You have to let them get 5 fouls in the third quarter because they earned it in one quarter against the MVP. He earned all of that. So I can point to his criticism and everything where he doesn't put his hands up on defense against Joel Embiid, but he's done so much. The game-winning block against in game one or game two
against Maxey. Yep.
And smacked it against the backboard against Tyrese Maxey. He timed that perfectly after not being able to block him really the entire game. I don't remember him having a block before that. Just we've been seeing that. He's been having a bunch of blocks. So defensively, he's been amazing. I'm so glad that people would, to our point from earlier against Inside the NBA, we do have the alternative to what Flea was saying. This is the alternative. It's JJ Redick and Tim Legler. This is not the popular thing. It's not going to be how Stephen A. Smith and all these guys get attention. JJ Redick is a guy with 1 million subscribers, and he's the one going to AllBall's point always. He went back and he got a Tim Legler who doesn't have 1 million subscribers, and he knows, oh no, I want to talk ball with this guy because he knows what he's talking about, and he can explain it this way. There is no show, even though you did go do a show with LeBron. We see there's a balance to JJ Redick. He is on First Take. There is a balance to you. We still get the quality basketball analysis, and that was just spot on.
But you see, since you talking about JJ, he has a different method to his madness. He ain't really, his goal, at least from my vantage point, his goal is not to be the most popular pundit on TV. That's not his goal. He wants to be on the sideline coaching an NBA team. That's the goal. The goal ain't to be extreme pundit where I'm the guy you come to when you talk hoops. This dude wants to actually be back in the throes of it, being a part of an NBA organization. This is just from my vantage point, Fabe. This is what I see. Call it what you want.
I'll disagree with that.
I'm gonna say this, and I could be wrong. I think JJ Redick is here to instill order. I think he watches all these networks, all these analysts, and it takes somebody to just say, I'm gonna just go against the grain. I'm gonna show all y'all up because I know y'all not smarter than me. I know y'all don't watch the game, and y'all are misinforming people about the game. Nobody would talk about Hartenstein unless it wasn't JJ Redick. So that's why I say it goes to show you it's so much lazy jobs on the line. If it's not a KD, a LeBron, a Curry, SGA, a Ant-Man, a Joker, Luka, Giannis, the same 10 to 15 names, nobody is breaking down anything. And I think JJ Redick understands that. And he's going, okay, I got something for y'all. And that's why when he's on First Take or anywhere else, you can tell it's a low friction, respectful friction, because he know and they know. Here we go. Because you can't, bro, you can't play with him. Because he know you ain't watching. He know you don't know the game.
That I love that. I love that.
Yeah, but
he's not on there every day. Go take a look at First Take Weekly. He's not on there every day.
Neither is Shannon Sharp. And he's there for the same reason. He's there to promote himself. I don't want to hear that. This is why I got to push back.
I disagree. I disagree.
Go ahead. Please. What's the case for this?
I think for some people, it may just happen like that, but that wasn't his intent. I don't think JJ Redick intentions is the same as Shannon Sharp, where you want to be the top of the food chain.
No,
I just think
I agree with that.
I just
Yes.
think it may just happen like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think JJ Redick is really here to try to instill order to where it's like I need somebody needs to come and balance this thing out, because if we don't have him, it'll just be a muck of just a whole bunch of professionals.
You preaching, OG.
Just talking out of control.
No. Listen,
Preaching.
that's a
when
part
Flea
of that's a
when
part.
Flea
That's
give
a
me props. Do not cut him off, please, bro.
no, I have to, because it's not. It's none deserved when it comes to this, because even
Yeah, OG, nah, fuck that, Fabian. Yeah, OG.
you're trying to ruin the bag. I think even with that being said, I don't disagree with his intent. I can't argue with that, because that's what he claims to be, and he's shown that with his work. I ain't talking about that. Talking about you were on First Take and you were on there talking reckless, and Shannon Sharp checked you for the same reason. Dog, we're in the same show with the same thing. Knock it off. We're both promoting a
That's
brand.
insecurity
Stop it.
from Shannon Sharp. But okay,
No, it's not. No, bro,
Go
you're on First Take. If you thought it was all that, you wouldn't be on there. If you thought it was like that,
He
stop
wait
it.
a minute. He understands the landscape of how this thing works, bro. We had Tom Thibodeau on TV looking stupid too. He was looking stupid on TV because he don't know, but he had to be on there because he's trying to get back on the sidelines, let people know, hey, listen, I'm not, no, I still want to be a part of this, but I need to let people know I looked at NBA TV last night and Rick Mahorn. Where did they go find Rick Mahorn? Where did they go find him? My point is this, Fabe, is that I think everybody has a different agenda when they go on these shows, and you can hear it from the content of what they're talking about. JJ Redick, I think, is one of the only ones who's on TV with the goal of letting these GMs hear me talk, letting these president of basketball operations hear me talk, let these owners hear me talk, and let me educate some of you casuals out there at the same time. I'm killing two birds with one stone. It's no surprise that the Toronto job, his name came up. It's no surprise that the Charlotte job that's open right now, he's completely tied to, right? There's no surprise for these things. And for other guys that come in, they're not looking for that. Kendrick Perkins has not been tied to anything trying to get back on the sidelines. He wants to be an entertainer.
But you know what, Fabian, just real quick, my opinion, what JJ Redick is doing reminds me a little bit of Jalen Rose. It's just that he got a big and better platform. Why would JJ Redick?
It's not.
Why would JJ Redick turn down being on First Take?
Jalen is just as good.
Once again, yeah, he is. I think he is
just as good.
Hell no. Listen. Hold on.
Yes,
we were talking that once.
No, wait. No, we cannot. No, we can't.
We don't have time. We can do that another time, brother.
Listen, no, we can't do that. We cannot all of a sudden say, JJ Redick is really good at what he does. He's currently calling the playoffs. He's about to call the NBA championship. Jalen Rose cannot do that. I will never want to listen to a Jalen Rose commentary for the NBA during a live game as opposed to JJ Redick. Not happening.
You are one of very few.
All right, that doesn't mean
I'm not. No, so why did they offer it to him? Let's knock it off. Why isn't he on First Take every day?
You want me to give you a lazy? You want me to give you a lazy answer? You want me to give you a real answer?
Give me the real answer.
The real answer are almost like.
Please explain to me how Jalen Rose is going to be on YouTube and he has the same opportunity to break down every single game like JJ Redick, but he doesn't do that because he can't do it. It's not his thing. This is JJ Redick's thing. He's ill at it. Period. I don't think there's anybody better. To your point, Flea.
Richard Jefferson is just as good, but you're not going to say that
again.
Just as good.
They know Draymond Green. Jalen Rose, LeBron James, they all know the same thing JJ Redick does. They all are aware of the same exact basketball comment. They know it. They all know the game. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about you're on TV and you could break the game down that way. It's special. He's getting paid for that. He's not on there just to say, I'm going to be here restoring order. No, because you shitted on Bob Cousy and you got checked for that. You shitted on other players before you and you got checked for that, bro. So you do have an agenda. He does have an agenda for, I played in the most skillful era ever. He does make mistakes. He is on there to promote himself. He does have an ego, Flea. Let's not act like he
I'm
doesn't.
not saying he doesn't, but what OG said is a fact. He's restoring order. This shit was getting out of control with these dudes being comfortable enough to come on here and talk about something they have no idea what they're talking about.
They're
It's
still doing it.
restoring order. It's getting back to the essence of basketball. Talking about the game and not talking from an opinion base or emotions, but talking about what we actually see. A lot of the guys can't do that.
Why do you think he's not on First Take a lot? What? Just explain why you think he's not on there a lot.
The real answer is because why would I spend every single day on First Take? They're not going to pay me enough.
No,
I'm gonna have my dog. I'm independent. I'm on here to promote me being on the commentary for the playoffs. I'm on here promoting my own YouTube channel, which Pat McAfee got a crazy bag for. Why would I be on First Take every day and have to tie myself with Stephen A. Smith when he got all the power?
But see, nobody said every
you asked me a question, I'm answering, brother.
No, but you don't have to be on there every day. My point is, this is the same reason guys like Jalen Rose was kind of almost blackballed. Once again, because they going up there and they not chucking and jiving and they calling out analysts that's not watching the games. JJ Redick, when he's up there, he has them dudes looking silly. You cannot have that because this is entertainment.
Exactly.
Simple and plain.
Exactly. Okay, well, stay right there. Jalen Rose and what's the other guy? Jay Williams tries the same thing. He's not as good, bro. I do not want to hear you try to clash with Stephen A. Smith because you look scared. JJ Redick goes up there. He ain't scared. He's going up there. Listen.
Jay Williams looks scared?
Yo, dog.
Man.
Hold on. Wait. I can show you footage when he calls out Stephen A. Smith and Stephen A. Smith goes, I dare you. I'm basically daring you to go, and he doesn't do it. Same thing with Max Kellerman. It's not like he's not smart. It's that, bro, it's entertainment. When it's him and Skip, it's entertaining. Now, JJ Redick can present the Skip Bayless factor, but he's smart about it too. He's well-equipped and well-informed. He's still entertaining. You cannot say that JJ Redick is not that. If it wasn't for that, he would not be on that TV screen. Impossible.
He's not. I'm going to just say this, and I'm going to leave it at this, because me and you had this discussion. He's not as entertaining as you're making him out to be. I'm just being honest with you. He's not as entertaining as Skip and Stephen A. And to me, that's what you're putting him up. Is he just as smart? Hold on. Does he break the game down just as well as anybody? Okay, yes. But when we're talking entertaining,
yeah,
he's not up there, bro.
Okay, but you're comparing him to two guys acting like two Muppets. That's a different kind of entertainment. JJ Redick's entertainment is PBS style. You really can't get more entertaining than JJ Redick informing and being a teacher up there like that. That is the KRS-One style. You can't, bro. Stephen A. can't do that. As a matter of fact, Skip Bayless ain't got 1 million subscribers on YouTube. Nobody wants to watch you, bro. Even Stephen A. Smith. We don't want to watch you like JJ Redick. We just don't, in all reality. You just got Mickey Mouse behind you, big dog. Let's keep it 1,000.
They fired Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy to allow JJ Redick to sit there and take their place. That's what they did. They got rid of Mark Jackson.
He's not better than both of them as far as
Jeff
calling
Van
the
Gundy,
game.
and he is not head and shoulders better than them.
Hold on, Flea. Hold on, Flea, because he just
not. I didn't want to say your point.
Hold on. I know light skin. I know light.
I was going somewhere, but I'm gonna let OG get.
Yeah, I don't.
No, because you just did all that, and only light skin brothers do that. I know that mannerism. You just. So let me ask you. You telling me
you're gonna eat to yourself?
You telling me JJ Redick is just as good as Mark Jackson and Van Gundy calling games?
No, I'm not saying it. What I'm saying is,
okay,
he's missing Doris Burke got to get out of the equation. Maybe you put Richard Jefferson in there.
So my point is, why you roll your eyes?
Because he just explained that they just took out a tandem that we all agree is highly entertaining. They took them out for him, for the guy with 1 million YouTube subscribers. That is not because he's not entertaining, bro. That is 1,000% because he's exactly what we thought he was, and he's partially entertaining. Everybody, Draymond Green cannot do that. He can't.
For Fabian, I promise you, 5 years from now, when we're talking about what the new inside the NBA looks like, we're going to be championing Draymond Green on what an outstanding job he's doing there. You gotta understand something. Whether we like it or not, literally in front of us, the new guard is taking over this whole thing. The players, like we're about to have a playoffs where Steph is not in it, Kevin Durant is not in it, and LeBron James is not in it. This is going for everything in terms of this sports
Kawhi
media.
not in it too.
You know,
the injury.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's about to be a player. Go ahead.
I know. I'm just trying to figure out what. Like, all I'm saying is that we try to make him. We just clean cut. The only thing I disagree with was you made it seem like he was on there with this white horse, and I'm only here to restore order. No, you're up there for your bag too, because you were 1,000% entertaining. You're not quite Shannon Sharp as far as entertainment. You didn't have the Cat Williams moment. No, you didn't. But you're definitely up there to promote yourself. You definitely up there to get a job, like you said, Flea.
Yes, because he wants to be an NBA head coach, not be the best personality on TV. That's my point.
Okay, yeah. And that's where we disagree. Because there's no way, if you get that much money to do what you're doing this, you're not taking that job with the Charlotte Hornets. It's not happening. If you get $50 to $100 million, you get that Pat McAfee job, you're not gonna coach, bro. Knock it off, JJ Redick.
No,
it sounds good.
That's where we disconnect, because I think you think he's in this more for the entertainment and the bag. You're talking about.
I don't.
Hold on, because if you don't, then you need to help me understand, because you're doing the Fabian shit, jumping all over the fucking place. So if I missed that, help me understand, because my point is we're talking about a guy, and I want to be accurate with this. I don't want to just throw out some garbage numbers. I want to be completely accurate with what I'm saying. You're talking about bag. This guy accumulated $117 million in his NBA career. $117 million. So let's chop that in half. What is that? Somebody do some quick math for me. Whatever that is, 80.
About 58.
50, yeah, 50. Whatever that is, right? I'm horrible at math.
58 and a half. Yeah, y'all see me Rain Man over here. Go ahead, though.
Right. So if he accumulated $58 million in his NBA career, this right here is not about no bag. He is a basketball purist that loves the game. One of the very few that still love the game, that want to be on the sidelines doing the coaching, not talking to us. He don't want to talk to us. What the fuck? He got to do this though.
Nah, see now I'm all over the place. Yeah, you guys said two different things.
He got to do this.
Either he wants to be a coach.
Skip the line. If he didn't want to skip the line, go be an assistant coach, and we never hear from you.
That sounds good. Either he wants to be a coach or he wants to be on TV, bro. And the way to be on TV right now and be on YouTube, they're giving $100 million.
I just explained the path.
No, you didn't. You just explained to me two different things, and I'm all over the place, right? Okay, so either he wants to be a head coach or he doesn't. There's no way possible that you're up for an ESPN job. You're on YouTube getting all this independent money, doing it your way. Why the hell would I go on the sidelines when they're not giving me $100 million for 3 or 4 years? It's not happening. Monty Williams just broke the record for all that.
I'm saying
that's not what he's there for.
I'm saying that he's a basketball purist. Well, first of all, let's start.
We agree.
First of all, that's hate from you. That's hate.
What's that? What's
that's
hate?
That's hate. Like,
what's hate?
You pocket watching now. That's hate. How you know?
Pocket watching shit. You just broke down $117 million.
Because you telling.
I don't even know how much he made in the NBA. You just pulled that out of nowhere.
You telling me that because he can't get the type of money that he could get on TV, that he's not gonna go on the sidelines and coach. That's pocket watching.
I'm just sipping the tea and watching.
He loves the game. Why do I say he loves?
We agree.
Huh?
We agree. He loves the game.
Okay,
we agree.
He loves the game, right?
Yes.
So his approach is very different. Okay, I don't even think.
Wait. We agree. Again, his approach is different. His approach, we agree. He's more righteous.
I think here's where we go left. I go left, you go right, or whatever. I don't even think he could get in the bag that First Take wants him to get in, that are Undisputed would want him to get in, that a Dan Le Batard would want him to get. Like, he can't get. He's such a purist and such an informative that he doesn't. When do you hear JJ Redick bash players? When do you hear JJ Redick talk hyperbole or talk like fly and act like he know these people personally? He doesn't do. He talks from a purely basketball standpoint.
Flea. The reason why the whole thing with Doc Rivers, he said it himself. If I wanted to, I could talk about Doc Rivers more often and get 10 times the views that I just got. I'm not doing that. Exactly.
That was my point.
Hold on, no.
He
You
can't
said
even get in that bag.
no. You said no. What you just said right now is that he can't even do it if he wanted to. We can rewind it if you want. Okay, actually he could because he's done it, and he knows when I'm up there talking about arguing with. He got into trouble for telling Bob Cousy, them dudes, they were just plumbers. He got roasted for that.
Because Jerry West had something to say because you averaged 12 points. Shut up.
Right.
I'm playing
So
on the
what?
NBA level.
No. What you just said was he doesn't bash players and he doesn't have an agenda, basically. And what I said was
he's the only one that I don't think he does.
Right. The only agenda that he did have initially was going on there thinking that he's going to go up against everybody on First Take and go that route. That's what it was. So to act like he wasn't up there to promote himself, that's where I disagree with y'all out. That I don't even know what the hell y'all promote. What the hell is y'all First Take for?
Promoting yourself and having the agenda of I want this generation to respect this generation are two different things. I don't think that that's a self-promotion. If you got that, then okay, that's where we part ways. I don't think that that's self-promotion. I think that there's a lot of guys that from the older era don't want to respect this era. They want to, like the running talk. Steph Curry can never do what he's doing in the old era. Why? Because y'all just gonna beat him up and just be bullies? No, it doesn't work like that. We want to talk basketball. So that's what I'm saying. I think he had an agenda. Okay, I can agree with you there. I think he had an agenda, but the agenda wasn't see me. I want to be the martyr for somebody looking out for this era.
Skip Bayless or even Kendrick Perkins, to your point. He could never be Kendrick Perkins, where I'm just relying on being a Muppet. I agree with y'all with that, but there is some of that too being JJ. He is, to me, he is a star. Like, especially in terms of, and I think this is where we're coming to a head. Especially because he is doing it, he's going about it the right way, it feels like. To call him a star like this would feel wrong, but it is what it is. We've had Neil deGrasse Tyson is a star of physics. That's what he kind of is, because he's coming on about it from the right way. But don't get it twisted. It's Hollywood, bro. He's up there promoting himself and that $1 million brand. It is what it is. To say that he's just gonna do not think about that and doesn't have that in mind, that's now we're being disingenuous, as you like to say.
Whew. That was a couple miles on the treadmill right there, baby. I love it. Listen, man. Should we end it on that note?
Yeah, I don't got nothing else to say to Fabian for the night.
I'm gonna go to the comments, you guys, in a bit.
Yeah, I'll stick around for about 3 minutes for the comments. Let's go.
Brunson does not miss the games. Knicks are going to risk Sixers getting in the series. OPP is crazy. Yeah, my bad about that. Press the like button.
That was crazy.
But he did say Army with Harmony.
Yeah,
I had to look it up.
Yo, maybe it is.
Brunson yesterday was like David taking on Goliath. That is who he is. Stephen A is phony. I'm high off the Knicks. I'm not going to rehab.
I'm not going to rehab.
It's too late. You hear? It means rumor or gossip. That's what scuttlebutt means. Thank you, big task at hand. Salute to the big three, Fabian, Flea, and AllBall.
Yes, sir.
There's no Kendrick Lamar here, by the way. Salute to the esteemed panel.
Jesus.
Nah, come on. That was a good one. Booker and Cat. What do you think about that? Booker and Cat.
Let me sleep on that.
Okay.
I love it.
Could use Booker.
I love it.
He loves Cat though.
No. And ain't that I love Cat. I've always just been realistic that, in today's game, you need a big man that can stretch the floor and that can also knock down a 3-point shot. As you can see, we don't need it right now because of how we play, but eventually you need that to win basketball games or to win a championship. And he's the only one out there. We're not going to get an AD. We're not going to get a Joker. We're not going to get an MB. So for me, I always say that's Ant-Man's team. Cat may have to part ways. Why not take him? But that's why.
Nah, Fabian, when you get a chance, can you pull up the picture of Tibbs on TV? Like,
my bad.
Pull that up.
Pull that up.
Shout out to Tibbs, man. Tibbs did a hell of a job for us.
I know we had the suit on.
Big shout out Tibbs, man.
For real.
I think they have this one here too.
That nigga was smiling the whole segment. He wasn't talking nothing.
He looked crazy.
He looked wild.
All I see is this
some
one.
Some people just for this thing and some people are just not. Look at my man.
Well, that's not even the real picture.
I know. My man was over
there.
They
played too much.
Crazy.
He's on ESPN, right?
He was on NBA.
Oh, there it goes.
Nah, Tibbs like a creep right there. He looked like the first Joker. What was the first Joker?
No, he looked like the
Jack
first
Nicholson?
Penguin. Danny DeVito.
Cobblepot. Oswald Cobblepot. That was the first Penguin. That's what I meant to say.
Remember, he was eating the heads off the fish.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oswald Cobblepot. That's a fact. Creepy. Big shout out Tibbs though, man.
Possibly Luca as well. Nah. I hope everybody stayed in the house after we were going back and forth. These cats ain't built to play in New York, like Tracy Morgan said. Not everybody. It's not for everybody. You gotta work hard here to play. Kevin Durant is built to play anyway. I don't.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine anywhere.
Yeah.
Brunson has, and maybe saying Booker, but that's the other thing. I hope Booker still has some of that ego I don't like. Brunson has become the Knicks' ultimate weapon, the great recruiter. Booker was supposed to be in that KP trade, so it makes sense. We don't want him. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Phil tried to make that trade. Brunson and Booker backcourt.
Yeah, he did.
I hear they got a nice arena in Brooklyn. Get out of here, George. He can head over there. Oh, okay. You want him over there. I recall that. The numbers say Randall Bogey numbers would get it done. Oh, he's talking about the contract, but Bogey's done. Bogey's free agent, right?
Randall Bogey, couple picks, whatever you need.
Fact.
Send KD ass on right over here. We'll take him.
The potential of having Booker and Brunson, then you have Mitchell. What a delicious sin to commit in the NBA. He talking scuttlebutt. I like Booker a lot, but it's not a matter of talent. It's about culture. Exactly. He got to be with the culture. If not, get out of here.
Exactly.
No Durant at all. Randall, unfortunately, may be traded. Kevin Durant, they asked if he wanted to come to the Knicks. He was like, don't ask me that again. The Knicks are a joke or something like, yeah, one day today would he say that? He ain't got a choice now. It's failed. It's failed over there. Thank you. Somebody has some damn sense. Kevin Durant, I don't want no choking Devin Booker, fake Kobe Bryant, and wannabe. Kinda.
Real quick, y'all.
Yo, hold on. Did y'all see whoever this is? Just real quick, if y'all can.
I see J-Dub. I see him.
Who is that?
That's I love Jalen Williams.
With the black, with the pleather pants?
Yeah, I don't know. These
oh my God, man.
Different. It's different. But I wanted to talk basketball real quick because it's a fat and what they say is fashion.
And he got a crop top on. Lord have mercy.
Wow. He got his stomach out. Yo, I have been talking about this kid since last season. Last night he completed a sweep with his team of the Phoenix Suns.
Whew.
Can we just take 5 minutes real fast? Y'all, I don't know if y'all watched it last night, if y'all saw highlights, if y'all rewatched the game. How impressed are y'all with Anthony Edwards, yo? This kid is special.
Let me go.
Whoa,
this kid is special. I was dead wrong. Y'all both said he's going to be the face of the league. I said, no, he's not. Then y'all said how great he is. I said he's definitely great, but I got to see him win a playoff series before I put him up there.
He did that for you.
And he swept Kevin Durant. Ant-Man is the truth. Ant-Man is the truth. I was dead wrong.
Whoa.
Anthony Edwards, he's the truth.
God.
Yes, he's the truth. He's the truth. There's nothing else to say. He's the truth.
Fabian, what you thinking about this kid, man? Yo.
He's 22. He is the truth, like we thought he was. Should be considered top 10. He wasn't anybody's top 5 MVP, and I think I understand why. I was going over it the other day. I don't know if LeBron is quite out of the top 10 yet either, and AD, if they're both out of the top 10, because they both are really good. But just, you talk about, all right, we knew he was good. But calling your man out, calling your idol out, sweeping him, getting in his face, he's still talking smack to Devin Booker, who tried to get 50 points last night, and they smacked it away. He's like, you ain't getting
that shit, get that shit out of here.
It's a fact.
You ain't getting that. He's what I think John Morant thinks he is. Like, John Morant got the swag, but he doesn't. I don't think he's physically able to compete and can compete like Anthony Edwards. I think John Morant competes, but Anthony Edwards is calling people out. And
for one, you're not being fair.
Yeah,
you're not being fair. He's not.
Listen, he's not. I get that, but I'm talking about what I saw.
Ant-Man. You see, Fabian is trained. You see how he said? You see how he dragged John Moran ass in here?
No, because I had John Morant, Trae Young, and Anthony Edwards as the guys. They 20 years old, and these guys are like, yo, if it wasn't for swag, like if it was just based on leadership, AI didn't have what these guys had. Like he is swag, but then everybody's following them. So I'm with that. But I'm talking about just calling somebody out and then just playing. Remember, he's 22 now. John Morant is what, 25? 24, 25 maybe?
Not being fair. Before John Morant got hurt and got in trouble, he was the guy.
He was getting smacked out of the first round. We're talking about as a number 2 seed.
No,
they just
Memphis knocked out Minnesota actually, and the first time Minnesota made the playoffs with Anthony Edwards and Cat, John Morant was the team that knocked them out.
And Anthony Edwards and them got knocked out the last round. This is his first time getting past the second. Bro,
this is the first time Minnesota's been.
Compare them at 22 years old. Once again, compare them at 22 years old. That's what I'm talking about.
Come on, man. All right, man.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Man. I know. But I'm just making a point. For me, I believe in him more.
Is he better than John Morant? Say it then.
That's tough.
Fabian,
exactly.
Fabian. John Morant at 22
years old. But I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about him being his competitiveness.
At 22 years old, John Morant was 27 points a game. He came in 7th in the MVP voting. His team was a playoff team, right? Like, let's not forget what Ja was at 22. He made the second round of the playoffs. They happened to lose to the champs that year, Golden State. So he got hurt that series. Who got hurt that series? Somebody got hurt that series.
John Morant twisted his knee.
Yeah, he got hurt that series. So 56 games they won that year. They were a 2nd seed in the Western Conference.
Yeah.
Like,
so can I ask you a question? You remember that season pretty well. How were the Memphis Grizzlies playing without John Morant that season?
They won games without him.
They won 10 in a row without him.
They won about 18 out of 19 or something crazy, right?
Yeah. You think you see Minnesota doing that without Ant-Man?
Probably not.
So that's all I'm saying. It ain't just about 27 a game. He plays defense like up there with your favorite two guards.
I think that's right. I think that's what changes it for him.
So if I'm saying he's competitive, and then on that side of the court, where is he not competitive? Is my thing. This ain't no fake, just based on swag. He got swag and he's competitive on every angle on the court. That's why when I'm saying sorry, I had to compare him to another player and bring him down. It is what it is. That's what humans do. If you feel bad about it, sorry, boy. I don't tell you, but it is what it is, bro. This is what we thought John Morant was. He's the real deal. We've been saying it, and now for him to get past these guys, and then they're tough, bro. Yo, Minnesota's tough, bro.
Let me tell you something, Fabian. In the fashion that they did it in, right? In the fashion that they did it in, we know I was dead wrong on Denver, right? I was dead wrong. I was dead wrong on Denver.
Dead wrong is why is it? Because they finished 6th.
No, I was dead wrong on them because I had them finishing 7th, and I said they didn't add nothing, and they not gonna be good, and rah. Yeah. They completely heard everything I said, and they completely made me out to be a liar. But what I'm saying is that we know Denver is like that. But Fabian, OG, Minnesota looks like potential champs right now. From what I see, how they play defense, how they attack you offensively, how deep they are on their bench, the coaching from Chris Finch, the point guard play from Mike Conley, the superstar that they have, Cat, Gobert. Actually, Jaden McDaniels is like a Michael Cooper, right? Like it's like, yo, they have a team that, yo, don't go in there thinking that you're gonna talk shit to them because they with that. Don't think that you're gonna try to bully them because they with that too. Don't think you got dogs, we got dogs too. Nas Reed, Ant-Man. Like we got I'm very impressed with that team. People need to not sleep on them going forward with the rest of the playoffs. Denver, y'all are gonna see them in the next round. Don't snooze on them. This is a different team than they was last year. Y'all gentlemen swept in the first round. This is a different team.
Agree. Have nothing to say that. I totally agree.
Different team, OG. Both.
Hold on, let's not forget to promote. We'll do it again when you get off, Lee. 8 o'clock. Are we live?
Oh yes. I'm about to lock in a few. Quincy
8 o'clock
Doobie
Eastern
tapping in. Quincy Doobie. Sharpshooter. If you a basketball head, basketball enthusiast, you remember Doobie at Rutgers. You remember Doobie with the Sacramento Kings drafted him. Hell of a shooter. Coney Island's finest. Tapping in with us. Should be a great conversation.
Yes, 8 o'clock on Instagram. All we live underscore
All we
Flee.
live. All we
8
live
o'clock Eastern
Flee.
time. That's New York City time. That's New York Knicks time, baby.
Yeah.
Everybody tune in. Check them out.
All we live underscore Flee, correct?
Yes, sir.
Come on, man. You see it right there.
Tap in, y'all.
Get on Instagram. Tap on that right there. All we live Flee. 8 o'clock Eastern time. 7 o'clock if you in the Central.
7 o'clock Central.
5 o'clock if you're on the West Coast. A lot of West Coast guys in the building. Get on Instagram. All we live Flee.
Yes,
let me go to a couple more comments because Flea got to get the hell out of here. So does AllBall, but I'm just, Flea was quite complimentary when we started. That was a little.
He said, rápido.
You just give it a little Yeah, they know what you're saying. They know. Okay. Extra salt, little pepper.
He said, how you say hurry up?
They know, OG. They know. You ain't gotta really talk it. Just give them a little They know.
Sorry.
Let me go to Clavio Aldebi Acosta.
You need to stay off
on that note. You need to stay.
Big shout out,
That's
Claudio.
True. I'm upset about Kevin Durant getting swept, but he fits perfectly on the Knicks. He's an older guy, but he doesn't have to do too much with the way we play. Correct. I agree. Sorry, KD, in the twilight of his career. No, thank you. Calm down, Paris.
Okay, Paris.
I don't need a drama king. But that's all that is done, I think, with this team. I think they'll hide all that. Yo, what's up, fellas? Don't forget, we can also package the draft rights to Joker Rockaboodies. Okay. KD needs a point guard. I'm sorry, but I'm not letting Deuce go. I'll give up Mitch Randall and some picks. We got to stop treating our homegrown players. This kid has earned it. Let's not let him go.
I'm fine with that. I love Deuce. I'm a Deuce. I've been talking. Everybody on here know I love Deuce. Deuce is not going to hold up a trade for Kevin Durant with me. I'm sorry. Keep going.
Right. And it would be, you said Mitch, Randall, and Deuce?
No, I did not say
Mitch Randall. He said
no. I said Randall,
right.
Bohan, and if they ask for a guard, which I'm sure, if you got to think about what Phoenix needs, it's the needs too. Phoenix gets that. I think it's an expiring contract for Bohan. Julius Randle is a all-star level power forward. I don't care what y'all think. He is an all-star level power forward. 3-time all-star at this point now. He's cemented. So he is a guy that you can add to your ball club, and he will produce. And whatever picks they want. If we could keep Deuce, please let us.
27 said, y'all talking trades in the middle of a playoff series? Come on, fellas. No, you come on. It's 2,000 views we got in an hour, Papa. It better be 2,000 more. You coming to ask me that question? You doing 27?
And we talking about what was talked about today. That's all. We ain't talking about. We fine. We're fine. But you have to. Hey, hold up. Go back to that comment real quick. What is that brother's name?
27.
27. I hope you are not 27, but if you are 27, listen up, young fella. We gotta upgrade our roster at all times. We don't have the roster where we could just say, okay, let's run it back next year and we're gonna be fine. It don't work. We don't have that advantage. We don't have 5 to 7 of one of the superstars in this league. We don't have one. Jalen Brunson has just ascended into superstardom this season. But in terms of like that perennial superstar, we don't have that. So we can't just say, okay, we're going to just run it back with the same team next year. Nah, we got to upgrade at all times.
I guess he's, it's 2 days in between.
I get him. We're in the throes of a playoff series. I get it. 27, I get what you're saying. Don't get me wrong. But
we could break down game 4 bust so much 27 and game 5. Like this is oozing on a steak right now. Pause. I want Booker as opposed to Durant, especially for a player that has turned his nose at us. He forgave us.
Nah, that was wild.
Yeah, that's cut.
Yo, G, that was.
I didn't say the M word. I said steak.
It came off the screen. He said, "Hold on."
I don't want Cat either. I agree. If I had to choose between the two, I would pick Booker. I prefer Booker over KD. He is younger. Booker doesn't play D. My thing with KD is injuries. He barely played for the Nets. the way how Embiid is taking out the Knicks, we could use all the stars we could get. It starts with or Mitchell. It starts with Mitchell. Okay, maybe he's taking out Mitchell. Knicks need a dominant center. How do you feel about Anthony Davis? Quickly.
Remember, y'all know my stance on that. I love it. I've been said that. I love it. I mean,
Kevin Durant played 75 games this year. Started 75 games.
right? Yeah, I don't know what yet that comment. I don't know what they talking.
I mean,
about.
nah, I did. Come on now, the injuries were crazy. The last 4 years,
No,
he's older.
but I'm talking about from Brooklyn in the first season in Phoenix, he struggled with injuries. The last year in Golden State, he played 78 games. The first time he's been fully healthy, he played 75 games for Phoenix.
Hey, fellas, just think about it like this. These are great problems to have.
Yeah.
When the last time Knicks had these great problems where
Right.
you have the pick of the litter?
Right.
So, hey, man, I'm not complaining. But I would love
Hey.
Anthony Davis. Love him.
Fleet.
Yes. Anthony Davis is my defensive player of the year this year. I don't really care about, all those other guys are great defensively, but I think you could see that the Lakers are night and day when he's on the floor in terms of defense. So the rim protection that he would bring and be able to score the basketball for us. So it's not like, we rely on Mitch and Hartenstein to play great defense and rebound the basketball. And when you can get things spoon-fed to you around the rim, you'll get it. But now we got a motherfucker that we can just throw it to and say, here, go get one. Here, go get one. Yeah, I love it.
Great problem to have, like AllBall said, because the fact that we can tell AD and KD no is amazing.
I gotta jump out of here, fellas.
Yes.
Y'all get to it.
Yeah, see you. I'll be in the building.
Yep.
You already know, Fleet. Watch KD try to get here and LeBron push button, make the phone call to Leon and try to make that spot. We don't want LeBron
At all.
Nah. Respectfully, I'm not feeling Durant on our squad. I'd rather Booker, plus Booker is much younger than Durant. Okay. Bohan must be 19 million towards the start. I think he's a free agent though. Booker hit a dagger 3 to beat us during the regular season. Yeah, from the wing. That was crazy.
Yeah.
He's clutch. Don't get me wrong. I mean, again, it's great to be in this position. Always said KD should have come to the Knicks over the Nets. Imagine having KD now. We would have been swept Philly. Yeah. I think he's thinking the same thing. I'd rather Randall over KD and Bridges. Okay, that's the minority. Yeah. We need to replace Randall with a stretch 4 who's better than him. We can get Booker for unprotected draft picks and Mitch. Then I do it. Donovan Mitchell, nah. Donovan Mitchell and Devin Booker. That sounds crazy.
I'm over Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, who you giving up? But Randall have to go for money reasons. Yeah, I'd rather wait for Mikal Bridges' contract to expire in 2 years. Now I don't want old KD. Booker plays over 60+ games. Mikal Bridges should be the jack of the summer. I get visions of Kevin Durant not playing for the Nets, missing a lot of time. What about potential disgruntled stars getting eliminated like Giannis, Dame, Zion? That's what we're in position for. No Durant. KD shot, he rejected New York. Why give him a shot now? I feel you. I do feel you.
Yeah.
That was on James Dolan. Why KD never came to the Knicks? Because he wouldn't sign Kyrie Irving. But we don't have to worry about that anymore with James Dolan. He's been quiet for years. Yeah. Very, very good point. Look at how many times Durant could have come to New York. He likes beating the Knicks. He's not trying to save the Knicks. He's just his legacy. Well, that is the best way to do it is come in. KD don't like to play defense. You really want him? Yo, another thing, AllBall. The same way they said his legacy got hurt by going to Golden State.
Right.
They're gonna say the same, I think I said that already. They're gonna say the same thing about him going to come to the Knicks. We saved his legacy. Who cares?
Exactly.
He's already forget he was a crackhead. He
most important is getting a championship. Simple and plain.
Yep. We need to start looking at some centers. The girl rejected you when you're not at your best. Now you're doing shining things. That girl want to give you a look. Nah, keep that same energy. Stay over there.
You get the girl, you use her. How she played you, then you dump her again. So Kevin Durant, you played us. Okay, come here. Get us the ring. Adios. See you later.
Yeah. And you get more girls with her.
Yeah, what you talking about? Come on, man.
I can't listen to this BS. All right, Jason. Adios. We just need one champion to become immortalized in New York. We don't need him. Oh, Jason's going crazy. He's going all the way, baby. He's trash. All right. Nah, he went in. Not Dolan fault. Durant went to a mega team with Kyrie. Dolan was concerned about Durant's needs due to KD's asking price. And how much better would it look that he tried making super teams that didn't work out? And what actually works is just being part of a real team, like Golden State and the Knicks.
Exactly.
We put a Randall through the fryer and made him a 3-time All-Star. KD been through the fire and he couldn't handle it. He cried, then he ran. I think LeBron is going to try to take that KD spot to the Knicks.
Nah. How many
We
more you
do
got
know-
left?
There's a bunch.
You want to stay on?
Yeah, I gotta be
All right.
show him love.
Right. Well, let me rip and run. Big shout out to everybody in the building. My guy Flea, Dime Dropper, Fabian, the best at what he does, man. Big shout out to everybody in the building. Appreciate love always. AllBall TV, baby.
We out of here. Appreciate you. Other teams fear playing us now. They do. Key is rebounding. Yep. They had better chance of trading for KD using Bogdanovich. Remember, Rich Paul and Leon Rose had that meeting. It's KD clutch. I still think it's going to be LeBron. I think LeBron is going to pull a power move. Fizdale was supposed to bring the stars. Now JB is a recruiter. Yeah, I think he's a better. Obviously, did you guys forget that KD said no to the Knicks? Did Durant express any interest in us? He did, but I think it's different back then when we were desperate, and I didn't want him to come here just for the 30 millionth time. I'm gonna say it. I didn't want him to come here because he's with Kyrie. And Kyrie at that time was just, I think he needed to be in a special place. And it's hard, even for like a Devin Booker and all these guys, it's hard to do what LeBron did. And everyone was trying to copy what LeBron did. And that's just, it's not possible, bro. Like LeBron is the best player of his time. That's like Joker just trading himself to whatever team he wants to right now. Nobody's in Joker's class. So imagine if you're trying to like keep up with the Joker and him going to any team. And I don't care if you're Giannis. You ain't like, what are you doing trying to beat him? So for Kyrie and KD to do that, attempt to replicate it, always was a failure to me. And then Kyrie really thinks he's in that class. No disrespect to Kyrie, but we never had you in the same class as KD and LeBron. You know, like so for you to, it felt like you thought you were that, and it's like you're throwing your weight around, and it was too much, and you weren't really team building. It was super team building, and I never felt like it was gonna work. It probably would have if James Harden was healthy, but you know, maybe for a season or two. And then, you know, it's a lot of pressure on 3 guys, on 2 guys when you do it that way. And the way the Knicks are building, obviously, Tom Thibodeau was putting pressure on anybody that plays 40+ minutes a game. But, you know, it is what it is. Get them likes up. Thank you, Kristen Castillo. Like the stream, people. Thumbs up the stream, people. Thumbs up, fellas. And ladies. No, I don't want kids boning that. Hey, let's chill out, man. Snoop said, you don't love me. You just love my heart to heart. The Brunson effect. LeBron wants to capture Jordan. New York gives him the best chance to catch him. First player to win championships before 4 franchises and break a 51-year losing gap. That's true, too. The same thing goes for him. Like if he comes here and he wins and, you know, but maybe not because the team is already built. Like how else would you come here unless you come here as a free agent? He wouldn't. You know, that would be an L for him. I don't think he would be looked at as this. I don't, you know, if he comes back against the Denver Nuggets, people are gonna make more of an argument. If he comes back, there's a reverse sweep against them. I don't think everyone's decision should be placed upon whatever LeBron does now, if he wins now, because you have to have a great team to do so. And I think the only way to do so is to be the sidekick to Anthony Davis right now and do it the right way and be a role player. But coming to New York would help him because, again, we are crazy. We are the Bronx Zoo of fan bases. These guys on TNT are all Knicks haters. KD over LeBron. I don't understand how Shaq grew up a Knicks fan. Now he roots against the team. Because Shaq is, you know, he's a businessman. If a star don't respect Tibbs and Brunson, you won't fit there. That star won't fit here. Glad we can admit to be wrong as fans. I was 100% wrong on OG and Precious, and they won the game yesterday. Amazing. Yeah, Nestat, I heard you say that the other day. I didn't know what to expect from them. I knew he was a number 2 or second all defense, OG, but like second all defense and then being able to guard Embiid and what I saw this year was guarding Embiid, Joker, and then Giannis. That's different. That's not just second all defense. That's like I've been saying, a guy with that ability healthy is defensive player of the year candidate. So, you know, if we see that in the playoffs, you know, we saw a glimpse of it in game 4. Hopefully game 5 on, Tibbs gets the message and then allows Precious Achiuwa to get in there and get these minutes with OG, right? Like, you know, again, being wrong is a part of it. A part of just growing and just being cool, man. Stop being uptight, guys. Brunswick is so crucial to everything. He's going to have to say for sure. I didn't even get to my Brunson is the new Michael Corleone. Bridges, baby. Must be real careful who gets added to this roster. Yeah, we agree with that. No, I don't want KD, Boney, malnutrition. Yo, bro? You about to get blocked, bro. God, yeah, that's crazy, man. They're getting a lot of money to not be watching these games. Yep, it's obvious. Villanova crew. It's like everybody slowly turns into Stephen A. Smith the longer they sit down. Yeah, because you have to rely on like being entertaining. At the end of the day, he's entertaining. It's just that I think Stephen A's biggest problem is the same thing with Shannon Sharp. You see a lot now. Like Shannon Sharp's the illest thing is when he breaks down football. Like I don't watch him to learn about life. You know, but he gets away from that because he's so spread thin. No diddy. You're on First Take, you're on Nightcap, you're on but the Shay thing with he going viral with, you know, it's hard to do all that and then be quality all over the place. Like that's tough. That's why you see people signing up to do a TV show for one season or a season at a time, right? Like you hone in on that and it's going to be quality. If not, it turns like, you know, it's like a month-aged wine. Is like, okay, it's wine, but it's not really quality. Team ball, baby. Jalen Rose broke my heart. How you let Stephen A take your I don't know if he did. That's a rumor. And, you know, even if he did, like, that's crazy. Stephen A is a sucker for doing that. And who is she? Like, Jalen Rose is still dope. Don't get me wrong. I like Jalen Rose. But, nah, you can't say that. That's the industry, man. We're not trading Randall. Randall is key on why the Knicks are this tough. Teams win championships, but it's still a star-driven league. That's the name of the game with the NBA. That one call you don't get can make a difference. Exactly. That's the other thing, too. We're seeing in real time what Joel Embiid does, being not just a star, but an MVP caliber dude. I don't think Blake Griffin got calls like that, and he was a star. Embiid is getting calls. Like, he's getting calls, ticky-tack calls. He's a big man. When a big man gets fouled and he flops, it looks different. Because, right, like when you're watching as a referee, you're like, well, if he flopped, there must have been something serious. Right? That's how Vlade Divac got away with a lot of stuff. But if Brunson flops or the smaller guys flop, it's like, well, you're gonna always flop. You're small. So it's political, is tricks in the works, but it is what it is. Raw Hebrew does it. She for the streets. But Hager 44 picks with Kenny is jealous. Knicks didn't give him a job. Yeah, they've been saying that. They've been saying that, but he's coming around, man. Listen, Fabian, all ball flees. Stephen A is a clutch plant. He's no longer from New York. He's a Houstonian now. Knicks for life. We don't need the name. Say my name. What's my name? Kenny is a Houston Rocket. Next to the finals, next talk. But I do like Wally Zerbiak, so I guess that's out the doors. Flea's a Stephen A plant. Flea wears a wire. I wish I was there live. My bad, Fish. I ain't put you in there live. The only team I can see that can be in the Knicks' way is the Timberwolves. I had Dallas. I've been wrong about Dallas, man. They're not consistent enough. Defensively, I thought Gafford would bring something else, and they're just not what I thought they were. And the Clippers are bringing the ruckus without Kawhi, obviously. I gotta really watch their games. They blew that 20-point lead yesterday, allowed Dallas to come back. But you kind of expect that from Dallas. At any given time, they can score 30 in a row with Kyrie and Luka, especially at home. It's a lot more embarrassing for them to lose to the Clippers. I think they won both games. The Clippers won both games against Dallas without Kawhi, if I'm not mistaken. So what they're doing is incredible. And neither one are going to be in the Timberwolves' way, to your point. It's only going to be, seems like OKC and Denver. These are the strong teams out west. And they're going to give those top three teams. They couldn't. Either one of them could have been number one. The Timberwolves were in position to be the number one team as well. So, yeah, Knicks versus Timberwolves ain't far fetched, man. Facts, DG. That's real friendly. That's a real friend. With Randall, they can beat Timberwolves. We beat them in the regular season. I think that was with Randall though. Yeah, that's tough without Randall. I didn't think about that. Those top three guys out west, especially the Timberwolves and Denver, is tougher to beat without Randall because we can out rebound OKC. We'll be a real problem for the OKC rebounding wise, and we can beat them in 7, let's say. I can see it. It's more foreseeable, but the way Ant-Man is turning up, the Goldberg, and you got 3 guys 6'10" and taller. That's a real problem for us. The Magic presented that problem against us And the Timberwolves have that with skilled guys. So Goldberg can be dominant defensively. Then you bring in Nas Reed, Cat, Jaden McDaniels will be just. See, the 76ers don't have that, and people keep talking about. I'm not impressed with Oubre. I think defensively he can't get around picks like that. He struggles, and he relies too much on his height instead of actually shuffling his feet. And Jaden McDaniels does not have any of those issues whatsoever. Jaden McDaniels is a super defender. So, you know, yeah, man. Randall, of course, gives us a better chance to beat everybody, especially with the way he bought into the offensive system. Just, yeah, Marshall. What bugs me is no awards for any of the Knicks. Steph Curry, clutch player of the year, and his team doesn't make the playoffs. I mean, I don't think Brunson was clutch. Like it's hard for him. He's gonna struggle like Steph Curry in crunch time. That's always been the flaw that stood out to me being a little guy. But Steph Curry in the crunch, that doesn't make sense. Like De'Aaron Fox last season when he won the award, it made sense because he was going crazy in the fourth quarter when you watched him. Steph Curry doesn't stand out. Maybe Devin Booker. Maybe Ant-Man. I'm trying to think who else was really, really. LeBron was big time in the fourth quarter of this season too. So Steph, and I think Steph Curry did average a lot of points. He was high in terms of points per game in the fourth quarter. So maybe that factors in there as well. But especially towards the latter half of the season or the later end of the season, it was tough for Steph to just be Steph, man. Pressure's the key to shutting down KP perimeter game. Porzingis, yeah, pressure's going to be key regardless for us. And that's what I thought going into the playoffs. Like, we can be a super defensive team because of OG, and then pressure's just the athleticism is going to create a lot of stops for us. And once you create that many stops, it's all about running the clock out, man. Denver don't want the Knicks. I think it'll be a problem with OG, but like my guy said earlier about Randall, he will help against Denver. They're number one team for a reason. Denver don't want to see the Knicks. I told y'all a long time ago, never pay attention to cats. They say you didn't play. Y'all do the work. It's respected. Fish always appreciate you, even again, like we said, and we just like it's cool to say it. You didn't play, so and it's cool as a shot. But once I feel like anybody's taking a shot and it's just too personal and it's too like arrogant, doesn't matter what it is. Just like, bro, I don't feel like talking to you, man. And I know how it is to be argumentative and come off crazy. But it is what it is. I think, yeah, fuck him, bro. Shaq grew up a Knicks fan and he roots against the team. I don't get it. Yeah. That crew is very critical about the Knicks. It's like they got a bet with the 76ers. I don't get it. Who the hell wants to see Embiid in the second round? Picture him versus any team in the second round. They're punishing Joel Embiid. You don't want to see that in round number 2. Just respectfully. He's from Jersey, DG. I think Giannis hasn't had enough of Milwaukee. He belongs in the New York market. We need to do whatever it takes to bring him here to play with Brunson. Not whatever it takes. Giannis is another guy. He's borderline egotistical. He plays with the LeBron thing, masquerading his worldwide. I don't care about social media, but he got a book at 27 years old. He likes the media, bro. He likes to tell these dad jokes. Joker's the only one I really believe. They don't care about the media as far as all those top guys. I mean, and SGA also, even though he does do that stuff, I think SGA comes off like, whatever, bro. Don't bet against Brunson, 2-time NCAA champ. Exactly. That has to be factored, and it's showing now after in game 4, the way he came out and just, we've seen Brunson go, okay, they stopped me here. That Laker game told us a lot. Ever since we played the Lakers and LeBron shut them down that final play, and Anthony Davis swatted everything in that game, it felt like, Brunson just said, all right, I'm going to come out and pass earlier from these double teams, find a pocket out of these double teams, find my rhythm within the game instead of trying to force anything against every team, because there's now starting to game plan against Brunson, which is different than let's say a Jeremy Lin, who was exposed when other teams started game planning for him. Immediately, you saw with the Miami Heat, it was like obvious now, right? But with Brunson, they're clearly game planning against them, and you see other coaches befuddled, right? Like I remember Mike Brown from the Sacramento Kings. We're trying everything. We can't stop them. So I can't wait to hear what Nick Nurse says he's very confident, or it seems, honest, even though he was emotional after game 1 and 2, complaining about the refs and everything. You heard what he said last game. At the end of the last game, he said, yo, OG could really guard and beat. He was flat out about that. And when coaches and opponents, when they're honest like that about the other team, like, yo, he doesn't want to say it, but he's saying, like, I don't know what we're gonna do if you keep OG on him. Because what can you do? You're on the perimeter. All right, do something. And B, take that jumper. Take 30 of those. Take 100 of those. And you can see it. I should pull it up. Nah, I don't have it. I don't have it ready. Sorry. Should money line be on Sixers just because it's a higher payout? That's crazy. I don't know. Money line got to be a Knicks, bro. Got to be. The crowd is crazy. We took over the Philly. Like, they're embarrassed about that. And if we took over Philly, imagine 7th Avenue. Like I said the other day, I hope we don't hit the game winner in game 5. I don't want a game winner because, yo, I think, man, we don't need a championship for Manhattan to go crazy. That oh my God. I'm scared just for that reaction. Let's win by 20, man. And calmly, let's pay off the 76ers a little bit. Yo, you're gonna lose anyway. Just let us live with Manhattan for 2 more months. We've been through a pandemic already. We're getting through it. Ernie Johnson needs to be held accountable too. I'm not ignoring him either. He could regulate the conversation when it comes to the Knicks, but he's crickets a lot of times with this conversation. I think Ernie Johnson is a genius at what he does because he knows his limitations, and it's tough to do that. A lot of times, like, I guess I'm moderating this, but it's hard. I can see how it's hard for Ernie Johnson. Imagine if he wants to say something and the show isn't really about him because he's not that's what my point was with JJ Redick. It's not like he's a star because when there's a bunch of viewers that want to sit there and are looking forward to what JJ Redick has to say, there is anticipation and demand for JJ Redick. What is the anticipation and demand for Ernie Johnson? You know what I mean? The anticipation and demand for Shaq is there. He's a celebrity. He's been funny his whole life that we knew him. There's something for Kenny Smith for what he does. Like, JJ Redick is a super version of Kenny Smith, in my opinion. Not that he knows more than Kenny Smith, but he's a star at that realm. He's a star at breaking the game down. He is what I think Draymond thinks he is. That's just bottom line. Like, Tim Legler was very similar, but he's just not a star. You're not a star. That's just bottom line. We don't anticipate you to go crazy on first take and go at Mad Dog and then be entertaining. I'm gonna tune you out. We've seen Tim Legler against Skip Bayless. He roasted him. He roasted Skip Bayless, but it's like you killed the villain. You didn't leave enough for us to watch more. And ESPN knows that it's a show. JJ Redick knows I'm gonna go crazy, but I'm still a lunatic. He's really a lunatic inside that allows for Shay and you have other stars that are gonna go back and forth with you. And that's the name of the game. It's Hollywood, man. No disrespect to Ernie Johnson, by the way. Come on, man. He's earned his name. We all love Ernie. I got nothing against him. He's the man. But I think he knows what the job is. He knows what his role is. Like, this is Barkley, Kenny, and Shaq. The former people want to hear this and they want to hear me, because and the reverse of that is Molly Curran and all these other people, they ain't no damn Ernie Johnson. Charles Barkley ain't no Ernie Johnson. Imagine if Barkley had to do what Ernie Johnson did. We ain't watching that. We ain't listen, Barkley. That's not your job. That's you're horrible at transitioning and presenting a topic. Ernie Johnson is masterful at that. He could probably teach a course on that. And that, obviously, with the millions and probably billions at this point that they generate, Ernie Johnson is the key to that. There's no way tomorrow they go, Ernie Johnson's retiring. I can see Barkley going, I ain't doing the show no more. I don't care how much y'all offer me. I ain't doing that show no more. Like, imagine what happens behind the scenes. They love Ernie as much as we do, and probably more. Way more. They know that guy is family, everything. Those guys are tight. They are family. Even the game commentators are against the Knicks that clown Richard Jefferson. Richard Jefferson, who again clearly comes off as entertaining. I mean, informed. He can be funny, and I think people struggle with trying to keep it real and going, I'm going to balance this out. He was saying that Josh Hart was flopping and he was doing extra being on the floor. He's doing it for performative purposes to get the referee's attention and whatever. Yeah, maybe, but that's what flopping is really about. So, you know, I don't think he's the greatest. I think him and JJ Redick are really good, but he's against the Knicks. It's gonna take for a lot of people to say, like, shout out the Dime Dropper, yo, we need a first round victory, we need a second round victory. If you get a championship, you're this. We hear a bunch of people saying like LeBron wins one more championship, or he's over Jordan. It's like it takes you that to understand how great he is right now. He's still great regardless. I just think it's a bad group of a bad mix, regardless of who's responsible for it. Lakers can't win because that mix isn't, you know, they don't mesh well. They're not complementary enough. Yeah, so there's a lot that comes with that. I don't think he's just against the Knicks. I forgot my point. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. It is because of Dolan. Why do they hate the Knicks so bad? Not anymore. Is it because of Dolan? I think it's because you got to remember, T. Paris, when you mention the Knicks that way, we get triggered. So it's easy to go, oh, here you go, no problem. I just saw what Stephen A. Smith said. I'm gonna make a video on it and reply to it. Now they'll copyright strike you. They can copyright strike you if you just straight rip the video and put it up there and respond to it. So if they want to hate, they can hate. That's why you got to screen record. I'm giving you the game right now. You screen record it, you know, down a little cap cut, get the captions on there, and then you play it like that and respond to it like that. But my point is, you can do that, and it's viral because these guys are in the algorithm. Remember, Disney's paying a whole bunch of money to keep Stephen A. Smith in the algorithm. The Stephen A. Smith first take ESPN name is in the algorithm. The Knicks are in the algorithm. Again, a point that I wanted to mention later was, yo, the Golden State Warriors became the most valuable franchise because they won 4 championships and made 6 finals appearances along with, it took 4 championships. Let me slow down, as AllBall says. The Golden State Warriors became the most valuable franchise in basketball, $6 billion plus, after 6 finals appearances, after winning 4 championships, right? On top of that, you had KD, Draymond, a couple of these stars, yeah. But the most important is Steph Curry. We're talking about a guy who's rivaling Iverson, Jordan, LeBron, Dr. J. The most influential players of all time, if not considered the most influential, is Steph Curry. You got that guy. You needed him to become the most valuable franchise in the NBA. The Knicks don't have none of that in the last 20 years, and we were, at points, the most valuable franchise in the league. Can you imagine if we win? They know that. Dolan is not selling anytime soon because he knows if we win, it's a wrap. That's going to be, the Knicks are going to be valued at double, and guess what? The entire league's going to be valued higher than because of the Knicks. That's just a fact. You're going to have so many people with the blue and orange waving across the country, around the world, with the battery of a New York Knicks. And because we sucked for so long, to answer your question, why do they hate the Knicks so bad? Because we sucked. It's easy to say, let's just piss this fan base off because they're going to talk about us. Because what are we going to talk about with the Knicks? What are we going to say? That they have a chance? The only realistic chance that we've had in the last 20 years is now for a championship, aside from Iman Shumpert getting hurt, Baron Davis blowing his knee like TNT, dynamite, no pun intended, in the middle of a playoff game. That was one run with Carmelo Anthony. Before that, realistically, right now, we have a potential, I don't say dynasty, be careful. We have a potential 3 or 4 or 5 year stretch with Brunson of just a quality team. And we haven't had that since the 90s, which all this was built. How Dolan and his family was able to get this much money and be valued this much and be able to leverage MSG and that sphere in Las Vegas. So they hate us so much because they know this is what's going to cause for other people to mention my name in the Twitter algorithm, in the Instagram algorithm, and more specifically, the YouTube, Google algorithm, which is the most important out of all of them. LMAO, Giannis signed a new 4-year contract last year. Bucks owe us nothing, and we shouldn't feel entitled to Giannis just because we're a big market. No, but we have the leverage. If you're the Bucks, what are you going to do? You traded a bunch of people, and that Drew Holiday trade is just a disaster over there. Firing 2 coaches in 4 months, that's a disaster. They don't have no leverage whatsoever. I don't care about mainstream media anymore. I don't either, but they give us views, Marshall. I'm sorry if I'm ruining your day by bringing them up, but at least hopefully you get to hear us and you enjoy us here at AllBall TV. Cheers. What's up, Monarch Smart? KG, Pierce, Redick, Barnes, Legler, Kenny Smith watch the games. They're nerds. Stop listening to the guys that say you didn't play or I played. I told y'all you put in the work legit. It's always respected. Love you, Fish. Straight up. Respectable podcast is all we need. Salute. Flea is a clutch Stephen A. plant. Flea wears a wire. Did I? Yes, it's because of Dolan. That's why they hate the Knicks. With Dolan's there now. I don't think he's a change, man. I think they told him, yo, we got this. Remember, he tried this with Phil Jackson, bro. He tried this with Phil Jackson. He gave Phil Jackson a bunch of money. Phil Jackson is now forgotten. He's not gonna be respected as Pat Riley, Jerry West, Red Auerbach with the Boston Celtics. But he was in that realm because he got those championships, which again, this is when people they overrate championships and overstate them. He got the 10, and now what? Is he really in the same ilk as Jerry West and Pat Riley and Red Auerbach in terms of team building? Nah, you can play coach. You can have Tex Winter behind you. You can have all these guys. You can have the coaching staff. But as far as being a GM and really truly team building, we saw what you did giving us Derek Fisher. So I will forever destroy Phil Jackson's name for pulling that off with the team that gave you a start. When we got you from the CBA, wherever the hell you came from, Phil. Disgusting. You're never going to get up. And you ruined KP. How do you ruin that? You fumbled Carmelo Anthony and Kristaps Porzingis. So my point was with that, AP, before I went on a rant. James Dolan has been trying to do this. I'm not trying to give him any leeway whatsoever. What he did to Charles Oakley was crazy. He better give Oakley a bag and shake that man's hand live on television. Charles Oakley is not coming here for no play. That is a prideful man. And what he did with him, John Starks is flailing down that sideline. It's going to take a bunch of you guys to sit down with Charles Oakley to bring him over here. Because imagine if Charles Oakley would have walked into that building tomorrow night. Manhattan might crack open and end right there and then. If Oakley's in the building, I had to take a breath. I think I'm starting to see stars right now. If Oakley's in the building, forget about it. Oh my God. So no, he's not a change man. He's about his money. He's not letting this thing go. And he's promoting that stupid sphere over there. Just trying to get Hartenstein paid. That's it. No one has heard his name for 5 years. Him figuring out on the Leon Rose hire, he knows what type of people he needs to hire to run his organization going forward. Well, he trusted Leon Rose because remember, he met Leon Rose through LeBron when LeBron was supposed to sign here. So, and let's not forget, he got Andre Bargnani traded over here, and that was horrible. And James Dolan trusted Isaiah Thomas, who was, built the bad boy Pistons, and again, somebody who was with the CBA, who clearly knows basketball talent. We all agree with that. Obviously, it was a bad decision, but in hindsight, it's like, bro, he's Isaiah Thomas. He's still a basketball mind. If you listen to Isaiah Thomas talk, another guy, if you watch him talk, even though he hates on Michael Jordan, he was saying Jordan was the best back in the 90s, and then he's the first person to break down, LeBron never had a real coach. Where did he learn the game from? He was kind of like, uplifting LeBron to get the opportunity to hate on Michael Jordan, but he was still informing us, bro, let's get this clear. Jordan is the man, but let's give Kareem Abdul-Jabbar his proper respect, which he was never given until really I want to give a lot of credit to Isaiah Thomas, and let's give LeBron James his credit. Critique him all you want to, but he's still in this conversation, and he was one of those guys. So Leon Rose gave that guy an opportunity. He's tried, but he's just, he thinks he's a rock star also, which I heard it wasn't that bad of a band, but whatever, James Dolan, just stick to it, please. No Diddy. He's not one of the best players in the league. Come on, OG and Precious. We're going to have to let some key pieces go to get Brooklyn. I'm good off him. I don't want Durant. He could have came here a few years ago. He chose Brooklyn. F him. Bring Giannis to New York. I don't mind Giannis, but he's breaking down also, bro. Right? Like, it's tough. 12 to 14 million. That's it. I feel the same way. The Knicks have to figure out how to prepare for the upcoming players as well as Wemby, Anthony Edwards types. That's a great point, AP. It's a great point. Big Lee said that's the highest. 17 million. Is it? Okay. How do you guys feel about Mitchell Robinson going forward? Just keep him around the same way, and we just get guys to rotate along with him. It's going to be, I think he's very dominant when he's healthy. But that's the X factor. Like we see with Embiid, we got to replace the whole availability is the best ability. No, reliability is the best ability, because Embiid is available, but he ain't reliable to do this, to pull off a victory in a series, right? Without major help. Mitchell Robinson, it's hard for him to be reliable, man, because it's not his fault. Like, for him to be a second round pick and just be, poor man's Moses Malone is crazy. It's insane. So hopefully we can keep him around. But if it means trading for an AD and a couple of draft picks, we'd rather the upside of an AD, when he's healthy, than the upside of a Mitchell Robinson, if that makes sense. Aside from that, just you got to keep the core intact, apart from what makes sense. Because, again, we got to give props to Leon Rose and them for saying no to the Donovan Mitchell trade and going about things the right way. About the only player I'd be happy for him to get, much deserved. Our heart not going anywhere. Not now. Not anymore. He won our hearts over. We good on Booker. I'm not going to lie. I'm very impressed with Embiid. Where you guys been at? Embiid is amazing. I just don't. I've always thought he was dirty. And he's proven it. He's proven who he is. He's an MVP who's dirty. He's the ultimate hockey assist. All the ish you don't see unless you've invested in the game and the culture. He's necessary. Pocket pass, Hartenstein. Q Borough, brother. What's up? That's Queens in the building, baby. I feel you on that 17 million. Let me get that. Do y'all remember when Golden State won their first championship with Curry? Do y'all remember the roster? If I'm not mistaken, it's 5 guys who can put the ball on the floor and shoot. They really exposed the game with that. Livingston, right? Iguodala hit the bench. Was Bogut there? Draymond, Steph. I think Livingston was the key. It was a major, just the mid-range monster, right? Hell, I say we get Zion and we gonna win. Big kid style. Don't get banned. Black man, do you think keep Robinson? Yeah, you got to keep him unless you get a good trade. Would you keep him over Robinson is the question. I love when Isaiah took accountability for not playing well last year and got better. Yeah, right. Mid-season, he told him, he said out loud he had to get better. That first 2 months, he was struggling to adjust. I do remember that. But he was still it was tough because they also started running plays for him at the top of the key, which they didn't do early on. Then they started giving him play, the same thing they do with Embiid now, that dribble handoff. Embiid is able to exploit any defense because he can fake the dribble handoff and, he has footwork, he has a handle, and he can shoot. So Hartenstein is limited, but he can do the dribble handoff and still have enough sense and IQ to dribble, take a dribble, know how to move with the ball and without the ball. So, yeah, accountability is what he definitely had taken accountability, and he's gotten better every game. He has been nursing that bruised Achilles since he got to the Knicks. Oh, since he got here? I thought he got the bruised Achilles this year. Good defense. Hartenstein is black. He admitted on the roommates. Yeah, his pops. Knicks 100, my nigga. What's going on? Our heart came with 5 to 8 rebounds off the bus when he got here. You could just pencil it in. Exactly. Ever since he was on the Pelicans, I always sound like a broken record. When I saw him on the Lakers, he was drafted by the Lakers, and it was like, he's clearly athletic, talented, kind of skilled, but what is he gonna do? He's not really a scorer, not really a point guard. And then when he got to the Pelicans, he said, you know what? I'm gonna make my bones getting these boards. And you saw like these 10 rebound games. He averaged like 7-8 a game with the Pelicans. The same thing with Portland. And when we made the trade for him, I didn't really realize. I don't watch college ball. For anybody who doesn't know that, I don't watch college ball. When they said he was, Brunson's man and he was from Villanova, I'm like, oh, that makes sense. And then I was more excited about. I think I was disappointed we didn't make a major trade, but after I got over that, I knew like, yo, he can contribute, and then I loved him here ever since. Right, those 2 block dunk attempts. When OG started guarding Embiid, they realized, shout out to Ryan Russillo, he broke this down well. That's always been the blueprint on guarding Embiid, was you double team him late, and he kind of like used to fumble the pass, but he's got better at passing the ball in the post the last 2 years, especially under Nick Nurse. But yesterday or 2 nights ago, Embiid had OG on him. I want to say either DiVincenzo or Brunson came to close in, and he passed the ball off to Batum, and that's when Josh Hart blocked the dunk with his left hand. Then he had another block on, I forgot who it was. Josh Hart with 2 major blocks in that fourth quarter. Just, again, an all-around, this is what they were talking about in the 1970s with the Knicks, all-around team effort, and we're just excited to bring real ball back. The only the Knicks got to do is get Mikal Bridges. I mean, it's been working, right? The Villanova formula, it's working, man. Now we keep both Mitch and Hart. Go get DeRozan, and you can keep everybody else championship. Hart ripped from day one. His first game, he played 40 minutes, something Mitch never was doing. Yeah, that's the other thing. And you're not a Mitchell Robinson guy, Knicks 100. That's the other thing. Mitchell Robinson, you got to play around, and it's always a day-to-day thing with him with the injuries. That's I guess the other thing that we don't talk about enough is when you're injury prone, it is day-to-day to you. You know what I'm saying? Add Mikal Bridges. That's it. Mark TV, welcome to my world. What's up? Just subscribe to the channel. Love the vibe. Real talk. Appreciate you. That's like I said during the hour. That means the world with all ball. Flea hit me up, and we just talk about basketball at any given time. So we just the same thing you hear us do. Like when me and Flea go crazy, we're doing that on the phone. And you know, I'm open to just getting cursed out by Flea at any given time online. Because it's you gotta challenge yourself in a way where you feel comfortable. Because sometimes people go crazy and you don't know whether they're playing or not. You don't know where they're going with it. But it's also the trust that we built and the bond that we built to go crazy like this. And you can't fake it, which is what you see with First Take also. They have a bond of going back and forth with Skip Bayless and let's say Stephen A. Smith. They were going back and forth, and it was clearly chemistry. But it was like how much of this it was fast food. I never liked First Take like that because it was fast food. And they weren't getting rid of that. But they paid the bills. You see the Stephen A. Smith is still there. But this ain't, we might have some little of that because it's barbershop talk. But at the end of the day, we want to challenge ourselves intellectually. We want to challenge ourselves to get better and have people like you, Mark TV, show us love and we can show you guys love back. No big deals. Don't break up the nucleus. I agree. I got the feeling they're gonna sign Paul George. Oh, right. Yeah, that's another guy, right? Because Paul George he didn't re-sign with the Clippers, man. And he's CAA also. He's gonna go join them on the Roommates podcast. I don't like the sound of that though. But Paul George doesn't mind being a second or third fiddle. And when he's locked in, like the last game, he is clutch. His biggest flaw is the passing, and day in, day out, again, injury prone. And again, the power of being able to say no is amazing. Just like somebody compared it to the girl that walked away and never wanted you. It's amazing when the girl that never wanted you somehow wants you, and you get to say no. We'll get to see what Rokas Joku Batis looks like next year. Sure. Nah, Paul to Golden State if they don't win. That's going to be horrible. I think you're wrong, Flea. Redick is following the footsteps of Bilas and Jay Williams. Two guys that don't want the pressure of coaching or front office. TV is a safe space. I think JJ Redick would do that for the right price. That was my thing with Flea. We went back and forth. I just don't believe for 1 second because he is righteous and he goes about things the right way. And I love JJ Redick, but ain't no way possible you're not doing this to promote yourself. What? Come on, like he knows the game. JJ Redick that name is bigger than it has ever been. It's probably going to continue to grow. He's about to cover the NBA Finals. Knock it off. Don't get me wrong. We've seen guys leave from commentating to go to the head coaching job. But like Jeff Van Gundy has never gotten another coaching job again because it doesn't suit him. Mark Jackson either, even though that's a lot of politics and they did him. I don't say they did him dirty, but there's a lot of politics involved with that. But Jeff Van Gundy and Mark Jackson has a podcast now. Neither one of them have the media stake that JJ Redick does right now. JJ Redick is a brand. Steve Kerr was the other guy before JJ Redick. He was amazing. In the media. But there's no way. It's a bit different when you are JJ Redick with this brand turning this down to become a head coach and a general manager. They would have to really up your pay just crazy. Flea said I was pocket watching. Meanwhile, he knew how much JJ Redick made during his playing days. Right? With the likes of Pat McAfee and Uncle Shay Shay. Are you kidding me? You know how much JJ Redick could potentially make? Imagine if Fox News, Fox FS1, whatever it is, you know how much they would pay to just bring him on and get rid of Skip Bayless? And they imagine if they snuck in JJ Redick to FS1 and made him the face and said, yo, you can do whatever you want. Are you crazy? But he's gonna go be a coach because I'm just righteous. I literally just seen Fawn break down game 4. He's right. Isaiah Hartenstein is important. Him and Jalen are in sync. Yeah, man. Yeah, film. Yep. I just seen film breakdown of game 4. Yeah, man. We would have had Paul George had he not demanded an extension. Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, but think about it. He gonna get 50+ contract with the Knicks. Neutral judge. That's we talking about AllBall, the neutral judge. George wanted an extension to play for the Knicks. Yeah, we're not giving you that, bro. Get out of here too. No, Paul George probably goes back to Indiana, which would be dope. Nicka said, no suit for you. That's how Mark Jackson got his coaching start. JJ Redick about to coach the Lakers. If they gave him $30 million a year or $20 million a year, that's different. 4-year contract, $80 million guaranteed, and you get to go back to your brand. And remember, if they fire you, it's guaranteed. That's different if you give me $20 million a year. Come on, man. What? And if you think about it, he would still get to do his podcast because he coaches his son. Even when Isaiah Hartenstein repositions himself and understanding angles when he sets screens for Jalen and that baby floater he has in his bag is money. Yeah, he missed the last game because there was no real rhythm, but that left-handed floater is crazy. DJ Redick think he's too smart. I think he's really smart. I am effing with him. Facts, he do. I think Redick is in the mode of Bilas and Jay Williams, basketball nerds. They don't want the responsibility. They had ample opportunity. I don't think he has an opportunity. Redick is Romo in football. TV is safe. That's another, well, because he isn't quite Romo on the football field, because Romo, for all his shortcomings, not being clutch and a super duper talent out there. But they're both great at commentating the game. But I'm not sure if Romo, there's an ill YouTube channel on football. I forgot the guy. I want to give him his props, man. Because I don't watch football anymore, but I was trying to for the channel. There's a guy. He's amazing. Let me see. Where I go to subscriptions. Subscriptions. I can't find it. But he breaks the game. And he's a former player and everything. And he has 300,000 subscribers. I follow way too many channels. I gotta go on a purge, as they say. The Ringer. .com. You know what? I was watching a CJ Stroud. I don't watch football at all, but watching this guy's footage, I just saw a couple minutes of CJ Stroud, and I'm like, I used to be heavy into football. Just by watching that, I'm like, he's probably the best passer in football right now. He's up there with anybody I've ever seen. The anticipation, the way he's amazing. And then you learn about him, and he's a cool dude. He's gonna be a superstar for the Texans. CJ Stroud is amazing, but this guy's breakdown is dope. Let me see my history. CJ Stroud. There it goes. The QB school. the QB school. This guy's channel was amazing. He breaks the game down. I don't want to say it's boring, but it's kind of, I guess, yeah, it is nerdy, but man, he breaks it down, bro. He breaks the game right down, bro. I'll give everybody their props, bro. Check this out. I've been on here for almost 3 hours. I'm crazy. Sorry, babe. The QB school, that's this guy. 2024, this guy right here. Look, the CJ Stroud, that's from 2 weeks ago. But it wasn't that one that I saw. It was like one from when he got drafted, or the first 2 weeks in the that start of the season. QB school. Obviously, Mahomes is, come on, he's otherworldly. But yeah, man. Let me get some more of these comments. Every time someone putting JJ in his place, you ever listen to what Doris Burke be saying to him? Not really. She kind of compliments him too much, I think. And I don't care for her with him. That's a fact. He's good at TV. He's right. Redick is X's and O's. Doris don't be playing with JJ. Oh, yeah? You think he lacks charisma? Fabian is right. JJ Redick's ability as a broadcaster, he's not top one as a color commentator and analyst, but he's improved greatly. Right. He's not going to be Mark Jackson. He's like more, can't even say Jeff Van Gundy, because Jeff Van Gundy's more entertaining than JJ Redick. He's way funnier. And I don't even know, yeah, he's funnier. Jeff Van Gundy's more entertaining than JJ Redick. But I think JJ Redick, I don't even think he's Jeff Van Gundy at commentating the game. Jeff Van Gundy's ill, bro. I don't think JJ Redick is that good, because Van Gundy's a great communicator. He says he could say the same thing JJ Redick says in 4 words. You know what I'm saying? Like, Van Gundy, I think, is that good, bro. Van Gundy's amazing. He's amazing. But Redick has the cachet with the subscriptions and everything. I don't know if Jeff Van Gundy could have his own YouTube channel. I'm sure if he could, if he gets the right guests and everything. But Redick has that brand to him as being the nerdy, I'm smarter than you thing. Van Gundy doesn't come off smarter than you. He even has the whole I'm the goofy geek that nobody pays attention to, but he gets girls somehow. Like, that's Van Gundy. Like, how'd you get her? How'd you get her, dog? Like, you all right? That's Jeff Van Gundy. Even the way he earned, remember his spot on the Knicks, how he earned Pat Riley's trust, the hard work. Remember, he succeeded Pat Riley in New York. That was big time for him to do that. The fact he hasn't coached is amazing, because he just seems cool and he seems like he gets it. So again, I'm not trying to disrespect Van Gundy in that ilk, and even Mark Jackson, another guy who could break the game down. Just I'd much rather listen to Jeff Van Gundy and Mark Jackson. Let's not get that twisted. But the fact that they replaced them with JJ Redick says a lot, because originally it was Doc Rivers, and then immediately you put JJ Redick in the mix. So it wasn't the immediate successor, but the fact is this gives them more cachet. And I guess they remember it was costing them a lot to keep Van Gundy and Mark Jackson, because they have earned that elite commentating level with Mike Breen. Come on, Mike Breen is the man. Who's better, Mike Breen or Marv Albert? Oh, leave that alone. Yo, Bugs, what's up with your man cutting you off trying to make a point? We do that. Mike Love, facts over feelings. He not on first take because he's doing bigger broadcasting. JJ's day rate ain't gonna be that high on first take after the Pat McAfee signing from ESPN. I think he's like, Pat McAfee's different too, because he got a crew, but that much money is out there. He's building his brand. I don't think he'll ever get that much money, but it's gonna, man. If you're the Lakers and JJ Redick goes, yo, I ain't getting 40 a year like Pat McAfee, but I'm getting my 15, 20, bro. What do you think about that? The Lakers are gonna have to offer him anywhere between 15, 25 million a year, because he just built that up on YouTube and the internet. So the Knicks, and of course with ESPN too, you gotta supplement all that salary that JJ Redick is getting. Also, I'm independent. I get to do what I want to do, right? For the most part with JJ Redick. The Knicks don't want Booker. You tell American brothers from non-American brothers. You can tell American brothers from non-American brothers. Man, you getting too crazy for me, dog. Book ain't no dog. JJ Redick is, all right. JJ is dynamite. Richard Jefferson was awful on the game call yesterday. Yeah, he got annoying. Like, come on, bro. Tell her how it is. Jay Williams witty with it, and when he gets at Stephen A. I've seen him cower to Stephen A. Smith, bro. Cower to him. Nah. He's okay, but he ain't no JJ Redick. Yeah, he's not entertaining in the house. JJ not entertaining, Perk more entertaining. Definitely. Jefferson does a great job. Smart as F, but definitely not entertaining. Nigga said Dynamite. That was crazy. It's that. Let's go, baby. Because they're idiots. JJ is trash. Yo, hey, JJ Redick. Hey, Mark Jackson level. Not a commentator, no game. No way. Fake brothers. Okay. She's brainless, too. Oh, Doris Burke is brainless? Damn. Flea, I would imagine that JJ Redick was hired over them because he commands a lesser day rate. Perhaps there was some politics at ESPN and he undercut Jeff Van Gundy and Mark Jackson. Mom, remember it was Doc Rivers they hired, and they just gave Doc Rivers, what was it, 3 years, $60 million? I think he beat out Monty Williams money. So it was definitely because they were paying less for Doc Rivers or JJ Redick. So real brothers don't roll eyes. Whatever, Greg. Doris has become awful. She wasn't like this. They must have changed it. Oh, must have made a change. Yeah, because the last couple of years, I don't care for JJ for Doris Burke. Like when they make a big deal about her, I'm like, she doesn't deserve, to me, the token, she's a female, go be a commentator. Nah, Monica McNutt. I'm gonna be biased. Monica McNutt is amazing. She's from with New York, so I would rather hear her. She goes on First Take. Another person who can combine entertainment with being informative. She's a star. Monica McNutt is a star. Period. She's not only by accident. Not that I wish she pushes back more. I'd rather her just be herself, but she is incredible. The brother from KFTV is the master. Master at what? Sounds good to me. Doris told JJ loves what we can do to ourselves. Mad file. Wait, Doris told JJ one loves what we can do to ourselves. Oh. So Doris is older. So she's probably throwing JJ Redick those old school one-liner sayings that is probably going over, JJ Redick. Remember, I think JJ Redick is ill, but I also think he's arrogant. So Doris might be throwing her those crazy subliminals that's going over his big old head. No diddy. I'm not counting Kawhi Leonard because he's a 2010s player. The other three are 2000s. It's pretty much the end of the 2000s. The 2010s will be done in another couple years. I count Kawhi because he hopped from team to team and he's not getting bashed for it, bro. Shannon is awful on First Take. 2, just do your podcast. It's money. I agree. I don't think he's great, and the only time he is great is to break down football. And when he doesn't do that, it turns into the same thing with Skip Bayless, and everybody gave him a pass because he was Uncle Shay Shay. Shannon Sharp was always great with football. He's funny, don't get me wrong. And I always go back to, if it's him, Deion Sanders, and Marshall Faulk, might be the best football show out there. That's inside the NBA football version. It was crazy. They were missing in Ernie Johnson, the white dude from there from the NFL Network was cool. Rich Eisen might be good for that. Damn, who would be good for that? Because it was Shannon Sharp, Deion Sanders, and Marshall Faulk, and it was amazing. Nah, that was the best football show ever. But they got to get their rocks off, and they were also breaking the game down. It's Deion. And it's Deion. And Uncle Shay Shay. And Marshall Faulk was just not Kenny Smith-ish, but he was cool too because he would break it down from a running back standpoint. And then you got 3 Hall of Famers. Hall of Famers, top tier on one show. That show is so not talked about enough. I forgot what the hell it was called, by the way, which is making its point. 2 of those guys are now, come on now, out of this world, right? Deion Sanders got the brand is insane. He picked and chose whatever he wanted to go to as a coach, which is again what JJ Redick is probably looking at, to Flea's point, how to leverage being a coach. Excuse me. And then you got Shannon Sharp there, who is clearly what we see now. But to have those Marshall Faulk there as well, 3 Hall of Famers, and inform you about the game along with being entertaining. I'm trying to think of a basketball show inside the NBA. We felt like did that before. We think they've been lying for years apparently now. But that's what that show was. That's what that show was. Put your glasses back on. Yeah. Oh man, my neck. CP the franchise is way better than Kid Dynamite. Who the hell is Kid Dynamite? Denver to close it out. That dude is a clown. Jalen Rose is a black man, says things JJ won't say. I don't remember Jalen Rose saying things like that was so crazy. We know him for flaming Skip Bayless, but it's like, remember, Stephen A is up there because he knows the entertainment side. I'm going to flame Skip Bayless while keeping this show going. Jalen Rose is not going to keep the show going. Where is the Jalen Rose YouTube? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's saying, I get it. He's trying to call out Stephen A. Smith now and all that, but bro, you're good. Jalen Rose is dope, but he doesn't I'm not rushing to see I'm not rushing to Jalen Rose YouTube channel. Jalen Rose has a New York Post. This is how much you guys, I bet you none of these guys knew that was defending Jalen Rose. Jalen Rose has on YouTube has a New York Post interview section that is pretty dope. I like it. But you never hear any of these guys talk about it because they're liars. It's like with Tim Legler. We like Tim Legler, but you guys don't go run and watch Tim Legler. I do. He gassed me up with Sam Merrill from the Cleveland Cavaliers. Dead wrong. I called him the White Ray Allen. That was crazy. We're going to scrub that from the internet. But the point is, I don't think Jalen Rose is quite JJ Redick on the internet. I don't think he's like Uncle Shay Shay. It's not just about selling out. It's cool. He gets to be himself is his point. Jalen Rose gets to make money and be himself and be cool and then go hide out. I know who he was rumored to be with. Listen, and y'all talking about Molly Curran, but he got the others. Let's not get this twisted. Jalen Rose is probably the original uncle. I love Jalen Rose. And he got way better. When he first started, he was trash, garbage. Then he went giving the people what they want, had that show flowing. It was dope, but it wasn't quite, this. And I don't know if he can do it. I don't know. Maybe if he had pulled the stars and everything. And I'm not going to say he's not a star. If I said that earlier, I was mistaken. Jalen Rose became a star, bro. He is a star in his own right, man. Jalen Rose is dope. If you watch him from day one till now, Jalen Rose, the growth, I don't know if Draymond can do that. I don't know. Draymond's getting a lot of cachet because he's been punching people in the face for the last 10 years. But I don't really rush to go watch Draymond with anybody unless it's somebody interesting or he goes viral. Right now, I had something I was going to clip up with him talking about Brunson still and doubting him. To everybody's point, people talk about the Knicks because they go viral that way. Draymond is what Jalen Rose doesn't want to be, and yet still be himself and still get to walk the streets like he wants to. For him to be going about life how he wants to, that is the win. That is the win. I just don't think if he wanted to, he could go to this extra level. I think he's saying, if he could do Stephen A. Smith if he wanted to, but I don't think so. That's not easy to do. That's not easy to just go up there and just be wrong all day long. Let's get that straight. Stephen A. Smith is wrong often. Skip Bayless is wrong often. These guys are just wrong and strong. That's not in Jalen Rose. You know what I'm saying? That's not in him. JJ Redick being wrong and strong about the old school and just defiantly doing that. He had an agenda. He still has one to go promote the current era. So that's really his only flaw, and he wants to promote himself that way and be a bigger name. Jalen Rose, obviously, he got the bag, and he's out of there. Look at Max Kellerman. Max Kellerman was miscasted on First Take, but don't get it twisted. Max Kellerman, he comes from this. If he comes back, and then he comes back with Marcellus Wiley, who has his own channel now, forget about it. Max Kellerman's out of here. He's out of here. What does Redick have in common with Bilas, Jay Williams, Romo TV is safe? Yeah. Go. Get your yellow hands out my pocket. Gregory, you have an agenda. Yeah, he's definitely an informant, a.k.a. Dime Dropper. Okay. JJ goal is to prove today's athletes are better, simple as that. As part of his agenda. Why wouldn't today's game is about his skill set? And also the fact that he made a show with LeBron James, but he's righteous. Come on, man. By the way, you ain't gotta watch me. Go jump on Instagram, All We Live Flea with Quincy Doobie's interviewing him. One of the best out there in the game. You know nothing about. Big as the stars, JJ Redick, Jalen Rose, Steven, all these guys combined. That's All We Live Flea. You kidding me? Get in tune, man. I ain't saying it because I'm just saying it. That was very aggressive. I'm sorry. What was I at? So, right. JJ Redick is a bench warmer. He's a top 10 bench warmer. Hilarious. He's the bench warming GOAT. Hilarious. Jalen Brunson is a star. Big time. About time somebody had sense to say Kevin Durant. Oh, wait a minute. That's all the way up there? Is this it? KD's a snake. Hey, yo, cat. Nigga said a creep. Coach Tibbs. Right. Hold on. Oh, it's right here. I agree. Jalen Rose is not like that. My bad. Jalen Brunson is a superstar. Listen, at least you admit it. Invite other Knicks journalists as guests. The first guest you should invite is Monica McNutt. Ask her to twerk. Hold on. I wouldn't do that. That's crazy, number one. Because come on, we gotta earn that. Both. She is so cool. Have you followed Monica McNutt? This is how I know she was mad cool. She was on her Instagram, like an Instagram story, and somebody said, do you know that your nickname is Monica McButt? And she was like, well, it wouldn't be itty bitty titties. Like, that's what I got in my butt. She's mad cool. She's mad cool. And she kind of looks like, I think, what's her name? Chloe Bailey. Those two, the two girls, the sisters that sing. I love Monica McNutt. As far as like Joy Taylor and everybody else, I think Joy Taylor has an agenda. I don't know what the hell she be talking about now, but she was really good at one point. I either just compare it to women because I think Monica McNutt already has left the women thing. Like she's good as far as on First Take. Even the young lady that was covering football that went back and forth with Cam Newton. If you hear her, listen, she knows what the hell she's talking about. Kimberly Martin, she knows what the hell she's talking about. She knows football. When she starts talking, she's talking about football. I ain't gonna sit down. I would interview her about football. So a lot of guys, they go up there. They don't know. I'm not interested in them at all and what they got to say. So I'm just glad. Like I come from, my mom was a Mets fan. She started off being that's the reason why I'm a Mets fan. She started off being a Big Red Machine fan, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, because Johnny Bench and Joe Morgan, she would always talk about them. And she was a big Keith Hernandez guy. Like she had him up there. Like I went to Keith Hernandez's retirement, the jersey retirement with the Knicks. I shed a tear because I heard his name my whole life, knowing he's a super defensive first baseman. Like nobody's better than Keith Hernandez, right? Like I don't care who it is. But that's who started me off with all this. So when it comes to women talking about sports, I grew up differently than a bunch of people. So a lot of things come to me, come to me differently, and I take it for granted because my mom knew about sports. Like my mom knew about sports. She told me about the initial person to teach me about sports. Then I branched off into football and basketball. Naturally, of course, we're Dominican, so she told me about baseball, right? Where are these jokes coming from? I see you a mile away. But yeah, Monica McNutt. I'm not gonna ask her to twerk. That's crazy. The Celtics gonna smoke the Knicks. I love it. The debate while I smoke this cereal milk. Cheers. We were going crazy. I'm good on trading for Mikal Bridges. Just get them when he's a free agent in a year. I wouldn't mind that. Absolutely. You don't need that to win. Celtics. I'm going based on connections and reports. We don't need on a non-defensive big man. Say no to Booker. Celtics should smoke us. We have an all-NBA player out for the season. Should is the right word, right? Yeah. Say that. Coach Tibbs just earned another contract. I wouldn't say earned yet, bro, because I don't like that he waited until somebody got injured to see that we need OG and Achua in there. Yeah, I gotta get going. Nigga said a creep. Yeah, he does look like a creep. Hey, yo. KD's a snake. No to Kevin Durant after the Nets fade. Never looked at him as a player. Let him play for the Rockets or Orlando for all I care. I ain't mad at you, nice. The Knicks got too many light-skinned bro. Yo, I had to block somebody because they went way too crazy with their comments. Gregory, you were approaching that block. Yo, I was like, I gotta block this guy. You're a funny man. Or woman, I don't know. Whatever you claim. Bohan has one more year. Niggas can trade the contract. Oh, I didn't know. I thought he was a free agent with Burks. I want the other guy, Mikal Bridges. I'm gonna look that up, man. You look that up, man. And get ready because these deals are about to go crazy with Amazon making a deal with the NBA. That's not an accident. That Jaylen Brown's contract might be the new minimum. Bohan Bogdanovich contract. Let me find out in real life if I'm wrong or right. Let me find out in real life if I'm wrong or right. I don't remember anything or everything. I'm going crazy. I'm hungry. Got it at nighttime mode. Bohan signed 2 year, $39 million with the Pistons. So I stand corrected. He's under contract until next season. There you go. My God, Bohan has one more year with the Knicks. Nostalgic Nick with the nostalgic or the facts. I want the other guy, Mikal Bridges, the other Villanova guy. I don't mind. I'm starting to see a shift. It's a new era in the NBA. Knicks really want Anthony Davis, but they're waiting for a contract to be up. We just have to wait and see if it's real or not. We don't want any of these dudes. Why y'all so quick to get rid of your own players? I'm not. Cool ball. We're in the driver's seat. Why would we want AD at this point? Yeah. Because it's a super upgrade from Mitchell Robinson. MJ said the brother has skills. New generation is coming over. The old generation is fading. I would like Ant-Man. Especially with Joker, Ant-Man, SGA, and Chet being the faces of the 1, 2, and 3 spots out west. I ain't impressed. All Team USA didn't medal. We need to move Randall. I don't trust him in the playoffs. Meanwhile, KD is still shooting 50%. Get KD. We have the structure. We won't come in as a leader. He don't like that pressure. He still gets fouls, and he'll be crazy on defense with us. I think that's the part that people are like. KD getting to play, let's say 60 plus games. Let's say it's 20, hopefully 25, 30 minutes a game. Like that's a different kind of defensive pressure. Julius Randle fumbles a lot of rebounds, which KD will have to get more of. I think he averages 10 this season. I'll look it up real quick. But KD also, just to have KD, Achua, and OG, and possibly just Mitchell Robinson at times. I don't know. That's special. Nah, he averaged 6 rebounds a game this year. It wasn't even 10. It wasn't even close. Yeah, so Randall gets us the 8-9 rebounds a game that KD's not going to get us. You know what I'm saying? Why not both? Team USA helped him get better, in my opinion. Could be. With Ant-Man, yeah. How could you not see Ant 2 years ago as the truth? Yeah. Because, remember, a lot of people get overrated. They get hyped up. What did Ant-Man really go through? I saw him as the truth because I saw him game in, game out, and he was very competitive. But for AllBall, remember, he has a thing with him and Dime Dropper. Yo, if you ain't made the playoffs, I want to see you in the playoffs, bro. What you do in the playoffs? Last season, he lost against Denver. They beat him in one game, gentleman sweep. He missed that game winner. So it's tough to just put him over a bunch of people, top 15, when there's so many guys that have earned that right. We can't just take these guys out and throw Ant-Man in there. That isn't, more like, gotta be able to earn that too. Can't just give you anything. Gotta earn it. And he's 22. He's doing a lot being a leader over there. I'll take Brunson. The Celtics will still smoke them. Who, the Minnesota? You didn't see that game when they hit the game winner in the corner. Ant-Man got to the paint and kicked it out to Mike Conley in the corner 3-pointer. It was amazing because that's what Ant-Man was missing in his game. And again, he doesn't even feel like he's 22 years old. No, did he? He feels like he's almost in his prime. the way he carries himself, just that confidence. Again, like I said, it seems genuine. Suns defense, AWS and soft. That's why I can't judge. We do not meddle. Beating the Suns is nothing. Can't say that. John Morant, and not just beating the Suns, Gregory. They swept them. They said we're the number 2 seed, could have been number 1, and we're getting rid of these boys. Just like at the Knicks, they should have swept the 76ers. If they beat them in 5, that's something. We beat them. We beat them down as a number 2 seed should be. That's a big deal, especially when you're claiming to be that good. John Morant, my guy, I have a bias, but Anthony Edwards is dope. But I knew that already for like a while now. They all in that, Brunson and Hart included. Was good, people. Was good, baby. Oh, the Knicks will be 2024 champs. Was good, baby. Trae Young ain't it. He's not, but the fact that he was that confident early on, and it really felt like he was carrying the team. You know, we've seen this, like all the carrying teams with that kind of swagger was AI type, AI thing. So, you know, I don't know if AI was able to do it at 19, 20. They didn't allow him to do it because he was too young, and the league wasn't allowing the kid that looked like he could, you know, he's from the block. They weren't allowing him to be the leader of any franchise or anywhere near the face of the NBA. AI walks so everybody could run right now. That team is trash. Carcino talk about Booker want to be a Knicks 3 years ago. Yeah, whatever. What's up, Turbo? Right now, Edwards on a nightly basis is what Tatum is 4 out of 7 nights a week. In terms of like competitive, yeah. But I think Tatum is more skilled. He's just not as competitive on the defensive end. You know, I like what I saw the other day from him as a player. He was getting angry in the Miami game. I hope he doesn't wake up though. Let him keep sleeping. I take Brunson over Ant. Talk Knicks, not JJ. My bad, Stocky. KD will flourish with us till he be Golden State. KD again, protect the rim, rebound, torch everything, moving simple. He already a good team defender, but under Tibbs, Ant's going to get smoked by Denver. Ant-Man is the man. He killed and cremated the Suns in their playoff dreams. A true nightmare that has evolved. Even Jordan loves his game. And Jordan is a big-time hater, right? But he likes him because they compare him to him. And he likes his competitiveness. He likes that he's petty. Suns defense soft. NBA robbed Ja trying to push Zion into the playoffs with the play-in. I don't think they robbed Ja Morant at all. He robbed himself, bro. Brunson is the best point guard in the league. Ja numbers was like that because he wasn't playing with no talent. That's dead wrong. Dead wrong. The record without Ja Morant back then was crazy. They were a great team without him. So Ja would have led his team to playoffs as a rookie had NBA didn't do that. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. Okay, and they played, didn't they? Nah, he didn't play Steph Curry his rookie season in the play-in. Didn't they? I thought they knocked out Steph Curry in the play-in. Anybody can look like a star against the Suns' weak defense. Let's see what they do next round. Monarch, good boy. Good boy. I gotta get going, man. What are you talking about? Jay Hart or Bobby Portis? Bobby Portis is nuts. Ja is impactful, though. He can take it there. Nuggets versus T-Wolves in Western Conference Finals. Zion look like he can take you there, too. Wolves gave Nuggets toughest time last playoffs. Yeah, they did. Big time. Don't count Clippers out. Kawhi messed up the chemistry. Ooh, that's why they ain't playing him. He not really super hurt. He gonna come back. I love the conspiracy. AllBall looks like he's wearing a wire. I don't agree with that at all. I got my man's back. No Diddy. Alfred Payton needs to be back. All jokes aside. I mean, if he's gonna start being an enforcer, why not? I seen what he did to who was that when he shoved him? You want Durant coming? Come on, man. I told you Mr. Kardashian is cursed. Keep booking the West. You did say that, Alan Kent. Invite Marbury. He has been doing commentary on the Knicks podcast content. Yeah, invite a guest. Get one of them Knicks dancers on the rehab. Hopefully Marbury comes on here. Redick is following the blueprint of Bilas. TV is saving space. Coaching front off comes with a different level of scrutiny they haven't been in. But the right back, I think he's doing it. Deuce has been phenomenal. Big game 4, ugly game 3, though, nostalgic. New York is good enough to win it all. Why not just running back with a healthy Randall? That's a good point, too. Randall most likely gotta go for Booker and a few picks. Brunson addition to the Knicks is better than Melo. We having problems with injuries now. Yeah, true. Take Paul Jordan cheap. Sorry, I want to pick the next best comment. You want to touch on the Clippers game and Harden just taking over? We need Dom on here to do that. Miles Turner is available. Let's do a trade for him. Let's talk about it. For who? Juan Zurita. We don't need Booker. He's just another Kardashian trying to get back in the spot. Now everybody wants to be in New York. If you look at the Knicks, Wolves, Nuggets, all play a team game, not big three. Very good point. Jalen Rose is cool. The only issue I had was when he asked John Morant whose gun was it. Guys, forget that all of a sudden. Mr. Righteous himself. Mr. I don't care. But ESPN had him do a lot of suspect things in the end, like apologizing for the Ime Udoka infidelity. I'll leave that right there. Favorite perspective. Expect it, so accept it. You know what time it is. AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.